Hello, everybody, and welcome to the weekend stream. Hope you are having a good week, having a good start to your weekend. I see nobody's in dungeons. I see Magus80. I see Arif Hossein. Welcome back, everybody. All familiar names. Glad to see you. Nobody was just sitting here for hours just to bounce when the stream started. Yeah, pretty much. That's all right. Everybody's got shit going on in their lives. Yeah, so I think we're going to start with some news. I didn't really have any news stories for you last week, but this one was relevant to Skyrim, I think. So there were some Bethesda workers that went on strike. Now, this is actually the ZeniMax, Bethesda's parent company. They have a fleet of QA workers that get sort of deployed amongst different studios to play test their games. They have recently set up the largest gaming industry union in the country. And since then, Microsoft has not been really taking them seriously. Microsoft was very supportive of them when they created the union, but now since they've, been making some demands about working from home and outsourcing limitations, they're kind of just not really opening a dialogue with them. So this is going to be interesting to see how this plays out, right? I don't know. I really don't know the full story here. You're basically getting Microsoft, who is not really commenting on the issue, and then you get the QA workers, which actually is a small part of these studios. This is just a one-day strike that has come and gone. I'm not really sure what the fallout is from this yet. Pardon the pun. Not really sure what the fallout of this has been yet, or if they're getting what they wanted, if they're opening a dialogue. My best guess is that nothing really happened, and Microsoft is calling them on their bluffs. We'll see what happens with a real strike. But so far, it's not really going to affect any projects. That Indiana Jones game, which is the next big one, is still going to come out. Developers are they're not part of this. They might strike in solidarity with their QA co-workers, but so far development hasn't been part of these strikes yet, nor has anybody on the publisher side, anybody on the production side. It's pretty much just QA workers, which are play testers. So we'll see how this shakes out. Hopefully the QA people get what they want, and hopefully Microsoft, doesn't have to lose too much in terms of productivity, and that, which means us as gamers will continue to keep playing games and get releases on time. So we'll see how that shakes out. That was it for the news today that was relevant to Skyrim, I think. And then we have a mod showcase. There was really only one mod this week that really kind of popped out and caught my attention. And this is a new kind of DLC, new lands mod that looked interesting called Olenveld. And I think Magus actually posted this on some of the Discords. But this one looks interesting. There are some cutscenes and some new lands to explore, some new story to play through. So if you're looking for a new experience in this old game, this one might be pretty good. From what I've seen, there are some audio quality issues and things like that, but that kind of comes with the territory. If you've played, Falskar is one that actually is very up to snuff quality-wise, but something like Beyond Reach had quality issues, especially with audio recordings for quite some time. But the writing seems pretty good. Let's see, we got Psionic Dante. Hello, buddy. Hope you're doing well on this Saturday. Hope your weekend's getting off to a good start. There isn't much footage on the internet or YouTube of this. This is actually an older mod that has been remade just recently, and I think it's pretty much all by one guy. But let's see here. There is some cutscenes, and let's see. Starts off talking with this dude here, and then of course you're gonna fight, and then you're gonna be introduced to the new lands. Yeah, a little bit of jankiness in terms of voiceover quality and things like that, but that can be fixed later on. But like I said, this doesn't seem bad for one guy. Heard a lot of issues so far, but that is day 1 to 2. Everything else I heard it was interesting. Haven't played it and there wasn't much on it. Yeah. This has been on the hot files on Nexus for pretty much the entire week. So people are liking it enough to endorse it in droves, enough for it to actually show up on the front page and stay there for a while. Yeah, let me see if I can get to some of the new land stuff. Yeah, so fighting some Shades or Draugr or whatever those guys are. Very interesting enemies, at least. Tough fight, at least at lower levels. Looks like this character is only like at level, yeah, 22. Don't know what kind of perk overhauls, but this did seem like a challenging fight. I had to go really into their bag of tricks to get through this thing. And by the way, this is a very small channel. I'm going to go ahead and just for... I don't know anything about this channel, so I don't know if I can endorse them. But Absol89 is the one who posted the gameplay of this footage. So I'm just making sure I cite them properly. Yeah, it looks like some, you know, new cathedrals and stuff like that. But yeah, if you're looking for a new story in an old game, this one might be interesting. Enough of that. What else we got? Community Spotlight. Okay, so the Community Spotlight, I don't see her in the chat here tonight or today, so that's okay. She comes and goes from time to time. But I wanted to give a shout out to Caladran here. She's been in the community for a very, very long time, and she has a lot of love for the games that she plays, but more importantly, a lot of love for the characters in these games that she's playing. She's mostly enshrouded right now. She's been really obsessed with the game, as a lot of us have been. I'm not sure if it's my cup of tea, but she has played a lot of Skyrim, and she's made several characters and posted a lot of their journeys. She does not do any voice or anything like that, so but she does do some character dialogue, in-character dialogue with some just subtitles that she posts on screen from now and then. But she also does do a lot of fanfic writing that goes along with a lot of these videos that she posts. So I'm going to post the fanfic here. So if you want, you know, some fantasy reading, very character-centric fantasy reading on some of these things, she does a good job with it. The main thing that I gather from her content that she posts is, like I said, just the love that she has for these characters. It can be contagious, and it can be inspiring for how to treat your own characters and things like that. So, yeah, Caladran, very small subscriber base, and then the reading, even though she puts a lot of work into these books, they get kind of even a smaller audience. But yeah, go check out Caladran, give her some love. She has been a great member of the community for a long time. All right. That was quick. That was like 10 minutes to go through the news, mods, and community spotlight. So let's, you know, we're all here for the gameplay, so let's get that going. I just thought of another playthrough you can try after the cleric one. How about a cultist? It's more of an evil cleric. Yeah, I'm gonna need to figure out what kind of you know, gameplay and spells and things like that would further that goal of an evil cleric. I mean, you can play a cleric just evilly. A religious warrior kind of gives a lot of leeway in terms of how you're going to play and how you're going to role play. And a religious zealot can be evil, or at least dark, right? Okay. Waiting for this to pop up. I have made some progress on this character since the last time we saw him. I think 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, he was a brand new baby cleric. And now he's growing up a little bit. I have access now up through the adept level cleric spells, and I've been using them a little bit. And I have continued the vigilant quest line a little bit too. But we are here. I think I wanted to start with the Uric Galderson fight to kind of just show off some of the stuff that we had. Let me do this here real quick.
It's so far within Sarthol.
Boltus, probably Nightblade and Cleric hybrid. The Bound Sacrificial Blade would be a good weapon to use for the character. Yeah, that would be interesting. I already have 4 builds going on right now, so I don't really have another one that I can add to my pipeline without going completely insane. But hopefully I'm done with the warrior soon enough. Yeah, so obviously we can see that the cleric here, Cassian, is wearing some new duds. And this is the Regal Paladin armor that was suggested to me by Haster, who tends to play a lot of paladin cleric type characters, so he knows all the good stuff as far as the weapon sets and armor sets and things like that. This one I like. It doesn't have physics on it. I really wish that like the tassets here, or the robe part around the waist, had some physics on it. I think that would go a long way. But it looks really good. It fits the character quite well. I don't know how long I'm going to be going with this set though, just because I feel like I can do better with some physics on it. It is a steel set, so once you have the steel perk unlocked, you can craft this up, which is what I did. My cleric is going to be perking into smithing for all of the armors and stuff that he's going to be wearing, because the Triumvirate Cleric stuff does seem to insist that you wear a lot of heavy armor, because you're going to be close in and in the thick of battle. Because even if you're playing a support role with the cleric spells, it kind of does demand that you're close into them, and you're kind of in the thick of battle and in range of archers and melee attackers and everything else. So I thought heavy armor was the way to go, and because of that I wanted to have a crafting skill that could boost up my abilities a little bit more, so that would help with defense as far as tempering my armor, but also with damage output with the one-handed weapon that I'll be wielding at the same time. The fact that it's sort of open-faced is good too. Yeah, you can see this is not something that most armor mods with like a helmet piece that cover the face actually do, but you can actually see all the way through into the face, which is a cool effect. And actually his big ol' schnoz seems to be poking through the helmet too, so that is an issue. That is the tip of his nose. That is not part of the armor, so it looks like there's some clipping issues with it. If you got a big schnoz on your character, especially the Imperials tend to have that big exaggerated Roman nose. You got to be careful with that. But yeah, like this is the iron plate armor that I was wearing before. I passed it down to Lucian to wear. Kind of a similar vibe, really, with like the neck piece and the different plates on the arms and legs. But this one is not open-faced, and this is how most armor sets are. I don't know that I prefer one or the other. I do appreciate that you can see the face through some of the open-faced stuff, but the sort of dark shadows behind it kind of lead to an air of mystery and stoicism, I think, that goes well with a heavily armored character sometimes. So yeah, it is a really high quality set. Actually, I can go find that on Nexus in case you're interested. I do want to be good about posting links to mods that I'm using as they come up. So Regal Paladin armor. And Haster did send me a couple more that it's a mesh issue, the poking through. I wonder if it's an issue with all open-faced helmets, because you need to be able to display the face on the other side. You can't just remove the facial model from it. You either have to make it really thick or, you know, get rid of the face on the other side of it. I'm not really sure how it works on a technical level, but that would be my guess. They're probably using this more as like a hood or a circlet, which usually aren't meant to have like the face pieces on them. But then also the like shrouded the shrouded armor from the Dark Brotherhood has masks that seem to have no problem at all. It's the helmet in particular not adapting to the character's head, and the slot for the face seems incorrect. I see. Hey James, how's it going, buddy? Hope you're having a good weekend. All right. But to dress this one up a little bit, I have crafted up a white cape, a white fur cloak. And it does have some, well, anything that has physics on it's going to have some clipping issues, especially the cloaks, because they will cover pretty much your entire body, and you know, the weapons and little pieces of the armor will clip through. But in certain lights, you can't really tell between the white fur of the shoulders and the white fur of the cloak. In some lights, it's pretty obvious, and it doesn't look great. But this does add a little bit of a physics flair to it. So when I'm outside, I'll be wearing this all the time, at least until I change up the armor. But part of the character building that I'm doing on stream and during my free play off stream is trying to find a good armor set that works well. Another kind of thing, I'm not sure how I feel about it, but you see that neck piece right there that kind of covers the chin and protects the neck a little bit. It actually shows up in first person as well. It can be a little annoying especially if you're used to like seeing the entire screen. And the iron armor that Lucian is wearing, that does not do that. So there's some kind of setting in the ESP somewhere that is causing this to be visible to the player character in first person. Which, you know, you may like it. It might be a little more immersive. You may not, because it does get in the way of certain things when you're trying to do stuff. Regal Knight, Regal Paladin is what this one's called. Yeah, it is cool. I think I missed the cleric stream. Did you get some offensive restoration spells from outside of Triumvirate? Apocalypse has a lot of really cool ones like Lamb of Mara and False Promise. No, I have not. I'm really trying to focus on the Triumvirate Cleric playstyle. It's been my experience, and how I have fun with these Triumvirate spells is, and I had an idea of the playstyle that he was trying to create with these archetypes. So I've been trying to focus mostly on the cleric stuff and building a playstyle around that. That being said, there might be some stuff that I can supplement with, especially with non-undead spells. So things like False Promise are going to help a lot in creating more offensive output, at least at range. Of course, the mace is going to take care of the physical damage output against everybody, but against things like dragons, and if I really need some ranged output, things like the solar flare just aren't going to cut it, because half of that damage is fire damage and half of that damage is holy sun damage. So it's going to be twice as effective against undead as it's going to be against living enemies. So I might look into other stuff from Apocalypse, but I'm just not there yet. I want to get the Triumvirate playstyle figured out and fleshed out first. Other than that, it's a solid piece, the entire set. Yeah, sure. It looks good. It fits the character really well. Better have a short cold flu, unfortunately, but UK back to winter 11 degrees to lower 10 degrees. Yeah, that's really cold. We got a high of 60 degrees Fahrenheit here. Lows in the 40s and maybe even dipping into the 30s. There was a heavy set I used very similar to what you have here, but it's fully HDT SMP ready. Coloring is close as well. I have to look into some old lists to see which one. Yeah, a Caladran. Oh, Caladran, you're here. I just gave you a shout out, actually. If you scroll up in the chat, I'll actually post it again now that you're here. You were the community spotlight today, so congratulations. Your ears must have been burning. But yeah, I posted your YouTube channel for everybody, and I posted your writing link for everybody too. I have asked you before if I could post your stuff in my description, and you didn't seem to have a problem with it, so I didn't think that you would mind being the community spotlight for today. Oh, you saw. It means a lot. Okay, great. Great, great. Glad you saw it. Thanks for being part of the community. All right. Oh, thanks for the link, Magus. All right, so Triumvirate Cleric. Anything else? Oh yeah, I have leveled up a few times. I have at level 10, I've knocked down the damage output that I'm doing in Wildcat back to vanilla legendary status. So I'm now only doing 0.25%. Or 0.25, 25% of the damage output that I would be doing on... Oh shoot, I did not mean to do this. I'm saving that level up because I want to get some training done.
Do you think the
that's fine, I can just reload. So I am doing less damage than I would be doing at regular Wildcat Legendary, so it is harder. At level 20, I'll start kicking up the damage intake from other enemies as well.
Look at that. I never
If it's an unenchanted mace, there's a triumvirate spell called Holy Fire that pseudo-enchants your weapon with fire and sun damage. Yes, and I have hooked that up to Okado's recital. Now, this guy doesn't do alteration.
Just look at that.
So that's really the only one I have hooked up so far. But yeah, I don't do a lot of power attacking right now because I don't have the one-handed perk to cut down on stamina. And my attribute ratio that I've been doing on level ups is 2 points in magicka, 2 points in health, and then 1 point in stamina. So I don't have a lot of stamina to support power attacks all the time. But if I'm looking to finish off a boss enemy or something, I'll definitely do that. But I am using that. There's a really cool mace that I know of. Too bad it's frost instead of fire. Yeah. That I don't think I have that mace in my game. It used to be the model for the mace of Ivar Stonesinger, I think. No, what's the guy's name? Stonesinger. No. But for the SE version, Avar, not Ivar. Yeah, it used to be the mace that you were using, and they changed it to this one for whatever, which has more. This one for some reason, which has more of an orcish vibe to it, in my opinion, than a classic Nord mace. I like the original one better, but that model I don't have in my game anymore. Yeah, it's kind of fugly. I wonder if there's a replacer mod that will take it back. If it's an unenchantable mace, there's a... Yeah, okay. Unenchanted mace. So once you put an enchantment on that weapon, then that spell doesn't work anymore? It's a destruction one, I think, right? Holy Fire. Enchant your power attacks for 60 seconds and deal 14. So this might conflict with enchantments that you have on your weapon already. This will probably be stronger once the scaling kicks in for once my destruction skill goes up. This will scale higher than that 14 damage that I'm doing. It'll probably be more powerful than any enchantment that I can put on there. You want me to copy the version I have and leave it blank for you? Oh, of the mod for the mace? Yeah, sure, why not? If it's like an ESL or whatever, then there's not really any reason not to have it in the game, right? And then if I do want to play like an ice mace character at some point for like a cryomancer or something, that would be awesome. If it's gonna put you out, if it's too much work for you, don't bother. But I might use it at some point. Love that mace design. Yeah, no, it's a cool one. I'll take the frost out. Yeah, it's ESL. Or if you want, or if you wanted fire or something. Oh yeah, no, I think blank would be better. And I'm completely comfortable going into Xedit and either removing the enchantments on there or adding new custom ones. Enjoy helping. Yeah, absolutely. I appreciate it. Okay, so let's see. I am using Holy Fire. That's hooked up to Okado's Recital. Solar Ray is my main ranged attack, and that's still pretty weak at the moment, but if I need... this has a ton of range on it. It's like a laser beam. So if I need a little bit of range damage, that's what I'm using. And then Consecrated Ground is the main destruction spell that I've been using. It just kind of, in the entire area, it just does damage over time. Huge area of effect. And in fact, this is doing the same amount of damage as the laser beam solar ray over here, fire and sun. So the Consecrated Ground is what I've been using more often than not. And then Spirit Guardian, this is the summoned follower that the cleric gets. Idealized spirit of your race can use and carry equipment and will obey orders. So it's kind of like a super follower. It's not like an Atronach or something that you summon. You can actually interact with them and give them equipment and stuff, which I have not yet. The big thing about this is it's almost like a thrall. It lasts for a long time. So I need to equip that guy. I forgot that you can actually do that. I wonder if I have anything to give him right now. It's low level, so I don't have a lot of encumbrance. Although Lucian has been carrying a lot of stuff for me. And then Exiled. Target up to level 18 is hidden from this world for 15 seconds. This is an awesome crowd control thing, but I have not actually been fighting a lot of crowds of enemies. This usually, tactically, I would use to remove the boss from the fight for a little while, so I can focus on his minions to clear out the playing field a little bit before I actually focus on the boss. But with single boss characters like Yurik here, it's not really going to do any good. It's just going to pause the battle for 15 seconds, which if you need to like recover magicka or health or something would be helpful. But he's just going to come back in 15 seconds anyway, so a little less useful, but I'll find a use for it. And then for the restoration stuff up through adept level of these spells, we got Aid, which buffs up a targeted ally that is very close. It's a channeling spell, but 50-point bonus to all skill levels. That's actually insane. And then we have Aura of Might and Aura of Vigor, which has been my main offhand spell that I've been using as sort of a spell sword or battle mage playstyle. Aura of Might's the main one I've been using because it costs a lot less than Aura of Vigor right now, but this one, it makes allies, and I thought it would do for the person who's actually casting it as well, 67% more attack damage, and then when you release it, you get kind of like a sun and fire damage burst for a lot more than you're actually getting from Solar Ray. It is also really cheap for 3 points of magicka per second, so I've been using this one like constantly. And then if I need a little more defense than I need offense, and I switch to Aura of Vigor, which actually heals allies for 25 points per second, which is really strong, actually. And then when you release it, this is even more important. You get 2 seconds of complete invulnerability. So this works really well against boss fights, too, when you need to just, dodge an attack that's coming or a shout or something that's going to put you down on the ground. Probably really helpful during the... not the Yurik, not Mikrul, but the Archer Galder. The Archer Galderson. I can't remember his name right now, but he does that full Frusroda shout from all of his clones at you, and it just becomes a complete nightmare. I will have access to wards for that fight and other, fighting other enemies, but this one works really well, especially against boss fights that have a heavy physical attack. And I think that it's going to work really well against some of these boss enemies in the Vigilant quest line. All right, let's fight this guy, huh? So for right now, I'm going to stand up here and just be a decoy for the other dudes. Block some of his ice, fire, ranged magic attacks. He just went around the corner. I do have some magicka potions that I can use. Don't want to get too close because the ward isn't going to help too much against his war axe. crap. Now, yes, I do need to use magic potions. And I am still running Shadows of Skyrim with elevated... elevated difficulty levels. Running Aura of Might right now, which should strengthen up. And I don't know where my champion went. Did he just get completely clubbed? My summon, I can't find him. There we go. Finish him off with the power attack. Nice job tanking over there, Lucy. Oh, geez, I forgot about the explosion. All right, we're good, though. Oh, now you come in, Spirit Guardian. Freaking useless. Yurik's Amulet Fragment. Magic skills are 10% more effective and increase 10% faster. That's a Zim's Immersive Artifacts. And now that Reliquary is not available, I don't know. Maybe somebody in the chat knows when that's coming back, if that's coming back. I know it used somebody else's model or asset without permission. But I was under the impression that they could swap out that model for something else at some point and put Reliquary of Myth back on Nexus. Oh, it has been back for about a week now. Okay, awesome. So Zims was our only, well, not the only alternative. Obviously, there are others out there, but Reliquary and Zims have been like the two top ones for a long time. But now Reliquary's back. I do want to use it. I just have a lot of build concepts that I want to use for Zims first, and then I'll switch over to Reliquary and do some more.
What could this place be?
And Titan's Bane stole assets from Arganil, so Reliquary came back, but under Arganil's management. I see. So it switched ownership. Interesting. What is this thing?
I have no idea. This is amazing.
I also have I Need going.
Absolutely amazing.
So we'll be doing some role play.
Immediately. He needs to see this for himself. I don't dare leave this unattended. Can you return to the college and inform Savos Aran of this discovery? Please, hurry.
All those DP, all the double penetrations. Ironically, Nexus decided to leave the LE Nexus's version under Titan's Bane. Interesting. Lucian, you know what the hell this thing is? Arganil is the author of Awesome Artifacts, which was out years before Reliquary was even a thing. Oh, donation points. I see. So Arganil gets all the donation points now. Well, I mean, I guess that's what happens, right? You steal somebody else's shit. You got to be careful about these permissions when you put stuff up on the Nexus. They take that shit seriously. Okay. Sigic Order. Do you know what this thing is?
Oh, I'd have thought that was obvious. It's a big floaty glowing rock.
Back in 2017. Is that like an artifact overhaul?
For once in my life.
Hey, there's Icarus. Welcome, buddy. Loving the new series. I haven't watched the latest of the Werebear yet, the Skull Mercenary. I was caught up, but I didn't have time this morning before my stream. I'll get it today, though. Reliquary was 2020, so yeah. It's nearly the same as Reliquary, and yes, dang, all right. Who knew? What do you know about the Sigic Order?
Ah, you're talking about this mysterious monk who paid you a visit. I'm familiar with a little of their history. Not that there's much to be found.
Sad that Titan's Bane stole shit.
Quite
Yeah.
mysterious.
Apparently he's been getting away with it for a long time,
It
too.
was started by a group of Altma rebels who settled in Artaeum.
And there probably
away from
wouldn't
the
have been
main
such a
group in
drastic,
Somerset and
you know,
Oregon. Their magic
change
has
of
always
management
been
on that
extremely
mod
powerful, to the
if there
point
weren't
that they're
like
able to
smoking
make their
guns all over the
entire
place,
island
right?
Vanish from Nirn at will. Members of note include Sotha Sil, Divaith Fear, Vanus Galarian, who started the Mages Guild, and of course Manimarco, the King of Worms.
Interesting.
The main point is the Sigics are a big deal. For them to be involved with
Extremely
this
powerful,
probably
it sounds
means
like.
there's more going on here than any of us understand.
A lot of powerful mages coming out of that Sigic Order there. All right.
Let's go.
So Lucian, for as goofy as he is actually a very valuable resource, both as like a bestiary for, you know, the enemies that you're gonna face and knowing what you're going up against, but also some history and how it might relate to Cassius's faith and spreading the good word of Saint Alessia and the Nine Divines. So we made it through this, being sort of a puppet master of sorts. We do have one summon in terms of the Spirit Guardian here, which is also great because I get to equip him with some stuff. While we're here though, I want to resummon him while I'm thinking about it, and then give the fresh summon some good gear.
Tricky.
Did that just dismiss him? Seems like it. Yep. That was a dismissal. Okay. Lucian, what do you got in the pack there that I can load up on the summoned guardian spirit, the Imperial Guardian Spirit? We have Dwarven Sword of Burning. Okay. We have some Imperial Chainmail and a shield.
Let's get moving before we end up permanent residents of this delightful place.
Not much else here. Yeah, I had a busy week. I haven't been able to catch one of Magus's streams, but I saw that he's playing Enderall. Something he's done before. It's a really interesting sort of Skyrim overhaul. It's a completely new game. It's not even a Skyrim overhaul. I'll play it one of these days. And I'm getting dark face issues with my Spirit Guardian, which is fine with the effects that it has. We're not really going to see the face all that often. And I remember Bayofish when he was showcasing this mod way back in the day when it came out. He was having the same issues, so not sure if there's I haven't seen any conflicts. I'll double check. It's probably, I don't know. It's not a big deal. I'm not going to really waste too much time doing it because, like I said, you're not really going to see the skin textures anyway, and they're probably going to be fully armored. But I'll look into it. If there's like an obvious conflict that I can resolve in Xedit or something, may as well do it. Otherwise, I'm not going to bother. Still works fine. All right. Is this our first word? No. I think I've completed Bleak Falls Barrow as well. All right. When we do actually unlock dragons at level 30, I believe. We'll be able to get a dragon soul and unlock that. But in the meantime, not going to do us much good. All right, we need to get back to the college. We need to tell the Archmage what's going on here. And then when we're released from this quest, we'll go back down to Whiterun and we'll talk to Altano about what to do next in the Vigilant quest line. Run the dark face issue reporter script on your load order. Best way to fix face gen. Okay, yeah, I do have that. It's just been a few years or so since I've run it. And thanks for the link on that too. If anybody else is having dark face issues, then that's pretty much the go-to tool to try to figure stuff out. I think, yeah, we did it on stream a few years ago. I remember, so my script should already be set up for it. It was working fine back then. I just need to be able to run it. Okay, let's see. What's the best way back to? We need to go north, so it's that way. Let's take the bridges up here. Use it religiously. So you, so your method of fixing dark faces involves prayer. I guess it's as good of a method as any with a complicated load order, because dark face issues are a pain, man. That's one of the biggest reasons why I follow a load order, is the damn dark face issues. Yes, pray to a mod. So did anybody watch the Tyson fight? I know Magus did. We were talking about it on Discord a little bit. That was sad, man. I was not a fan of this fight from the very beginning. I did not want this. I almost didn't even watch it because I knew it was going to happen. And it went pretty much exactly how I thought it would. People underestimating Jake Paul, but also underestimating Mike Tyson's age.
All the living shall fear the dead.
But for me, it was almost impossible to watch. We were getting constant buffering at, it would buffer to 25% and just sit there and spin for like 20 minutes. And the only way to get past that would be to like close out of the Netflix app or the Netflix website or whatever. And then reopen it and then rewind a couple minutes, hopefully letting the stream buffer a little bit more before you continued. Yeah, it was pretty sad. Netflix really screwed up. There were, on downdetector.com, there were 85,000 reports of Netflix being down for that fight. And that obviously doesn't include probably millions of people that were having issues that just didn't know about Down Detector or didn't bother reporting an outage on it. So, and Netflix hasn't said crap about it. They've been completely silent. They need to make some kind of statement, and especially because they have the Christmas games, the NFL games on Christmas this year. They're the broadcaster for it. They're gonna have a lot of backlash on their hands if they don't get that shit fixed or they don't address the issues for that, for sure. The women's fight, those two kicked the shit. Yeah, and that was actually a rematch. Apparently the first one went down pretty much the same way. Yeah, those two were absolute warriors. That gash was nasty, and they kept showing it. And it kept buffering and pausing right when they're shoving that Q-tip in that huge meat flap that was coming off of that girl's face. It was hard to watch. Yeah. So, of course, yeah, we had to, like, stop the Netflix app because it kept buffering, and then we'd had to reload it and then rewatch a few minutes of it. And so, yeah, we saw that piece of meat flapping off that girl's head for like 3 or 4 times, and it was a good appetite suppressant for sure. Weren't getting up to get many snacks during that one. Yeah, when I saw him wincing on his leg, although I didn't realize it was sciatic. Yeah, he was in a wheelchair like a year and a half ago, and he'd been walking around with a cane for years now. A lot of the training footage that he was putting out, he looked like he was fine on it, which gave a lot of people hope that he would be okay, and like maybe the electrolysis treatments and the training and stuff was helping with it, but it really didn't look like it was. Yeah, there's just the way that he was even just walking without being in the ring. It showed that he was having a lot of pain in his hips and his back. It was bad.
I will need to have a word with Urag regarding your
It was sad. I really didn't want to see this fight. I was excited for it, like a lot of people were, and it's really hard to get through that, to see past the hype machine, especially for boxing. They do it so well. But I was really afraid that this was going to tarnish Mike Tyson's legacy, because he really is like one of the most badass boxers to ever step foot in the ring, and especially for a lot of younger audiences that might be tuning in to see Jake Paul, they're just not going to get that experience of just how scary Mike Tyson was and just how dominant he was for so long. Yeah, but the thing about the training footage that he put out is it was just like, 10-second bursts. And of course he could do anything for 10 seconds at a time and not look uncomfortable.
You are relatively new here, are you not? I have noticed you, but we have not spoken.
Oh, when you say football, you talk about soccer, and when we say football over here, we're talking about American football. James, I don't know, European football,
Sir,
hasn't caught on as well as it has over there in Europe. It's not as popular here, and it's. I've tried to get into it, but there's a lot about it that it makes it hard for newer audiences to take it up.
That cause purposeful harm to your
it's like the most popular sport in the world, right? But for whatever reason, Americans never really caught on. We'll play it as a kid, right? But then we don't tend to watch it later on as adults.
Please don't tell me that another one of the apprentices has been incinerated. I have enough
Widely
to deal with right
popular
now.
here, just not on NFL levels. I see. Yeah, no, there are a lot of people who talk about it, but it's widely people who are more into European sports in my experience. So they're really into like the Formula One racing, which is immensely popular everywhere else in the world. But NASCAR here, for whatever reason, is taken off more. But yeah, still insanely popular, just not as popular as the American sports.
Very well. I trust that you wouldn't be here were it not significant. Thank you for bringing this to my attention.
You played soccer for 22 years? That's awesome. I didn't know that about you.
Little group, yes. Since he's
I was a baseball dude.
occupied, and I will need to see this discovery for myself, I think perhaps
Fully
you
prefer
should
soccer
begin
to
researching
NFL
the subject.
and hate NASCAR.
And good work. The next time you
NASCAR,
find
I don't
yourself
know. I think it's more
exploring
just the
Nordic ruins,
personalities and the
perhaps
drama that
this
people
will
are drawn to, and the crashes, of course. But just seeing like regularly, like uniformly shaped cars drive in a circle that are covered with advertisements, I just I don't see the draw. So yeah, really not into NASCAR myself either. I'd like to know more about the college's history. I think we're good here.
Now, if you'll excuse...
Don't know why we're wearing this helmet. We're good here. All right, so we need to go down and see Urag, I think. Oh, speak with Mirabelle. We'll go ahead and kick off the... Oh, we should investigate this cryptic message as well. I thought there was a book. Oh, in the Arcanium. Let's go back down to the Arcanium. That's where the Forbidden Legend book is.
Sometimes I...
Lazy left driving for rednecks, pretty much. You played baseball for 18 years? That's awesome. Sometimes I think about finding like an adult rec league here that I can play, but I need to be able to devote more of my schedule to practicing and stuff, because adult rec leagues here, they tend to take things, as far as baseball anyway, people who still want to play baseball at my stage in life, they tend to take it pretty seriously. So, and you don't have to be like a superstar baseball player or anything, but they do expect you to adhere to the schedules and the practices and make sure that you're there for the games and everything, because it is a very, very high skill game where like the very best players in the world only succeed 30% of the time, which is unbelievable. How come I can't?
I'm sorry.
This is weird. Is this a first person?
Come in here and scatter the books without any concern for the person who has to
What the
clean
hell is
up.
going on here?
I thought it might be more efficient if I waited until the end of the day to put.
Oh, that's weird. That must be a terrain thing, like
To wait until the end of the day as
the
well.
floor model here poking out just a little bit.
I will need to have a word with who.
Okay, we need to go speak to Mirabelle, and then once we're unleashed back unto the world, we'll head back to Whiterun and do the vigilant stuff. Have a lot of rec softball leagues over here for that. We also have for baseball too, and they take it very seriously. Yeah, baseball specifically. It's hard to find an actual casual, like overhand fast pitch baseball league.
I just wanted to let you know that Ancano's been asking about you. I think he's looking for you.
And I also had a lot of issues with tendonitis in my I was a pitcher in high school, and I was actually
not
recruited
sure.
by a
Just-
couple colleges
Well, mind what you
to
tell
pitch
him,
for them,
alright?
but I had a lot of tendonitis issues in my elbow that I'm sure have not got better with age. I just don't throw a baseball much anymore. Silent, hey buddy, up in Toronto today, huh? Setting up an interactive game thing. Is there a problem?
No. Well, I don't think so. Between the two of us, there are rumors about him. That this advisor position he has is a sham, an excuse. That what he's really
Just
doing is
rugby
spying for
with
the
armor
Thalmor,
that does
trying
damage?
to feed them
Pretty much.
information.
Rugby's pretty
Whether
awesome to
it's
watch
true,
too.
I can't say.
No,
But it never
there's more
hurts to be a
differences to
little
it. I think
suspicious,
what
does it?
draws American audiences to football is how like discreetly each play is done. Like rugby is more like soccer in that it's just a continuous. They play all the time. There's not any breaks. But with football, between plays, you get some time to digest what just happened and try to think about the strategies and tactics that the team is going to employ. And they all get lined up for this skirmish every single time. And there's a major pacing difference to it because of that. And I think a lot of the American audience is drawn to that. At least I am. It kind of gives you a little bit more time to process the strategies and tactics and everything that are going to be deployed. And it also allows you to build anticipation for the next thing that's coming up. So I like that. I like watching rugby too.
You're welcome.
Training and destruction magic. I don't think I have much money here. I gotta sell off what I okay, 1,300, not bad. Let's see what I can sell off to you.
Mirabelle does a fine job as Master Wizard. So, you wish to master the arcane arts?
Twice as much magic at damage. That's nice, but I'd rather have the coins right now.
I can teach you, but I won't be held responsible for what you do.
I might
with
actually need
knowledge.
illusion. Let me... Oh, crap. That was bad. Let's see. Destruction's at 44, illusion's at 41. So yeah, I need to go find Drevis. NFL is just
Very
drama
well.
on
I've been
TV? I
trying
don't
to
know.
find you. I just wanted to let you know that Ankano's been
I think-
asking about you. I think he's
Yeah,
looking for you.
I don't think so. I still watch it just for the football, and I'm pretty happy with it.
I'm not sure. Just, well, mind what you tell him, all right?
I think I don't even really want to get into that. Likely because most Americans, in my opinion, could never play rugby or soccer versus what we have here. And none of them could really play NBA basketball on that level either, but that's insanely popular as well. Found interesting that American football could be moving to the ideals of rugby due to your very dangerous tackles that are not well controlled. Well, they're changing that. Yeah, that's part of... I don't know. There's a lot of concussion and concussive protocols, and it is kind of moving away from like the attacks on the heads and the attacks on the legs and everything like that. And they're trying to refine what is a legal tackle and what isn't, but that does hinder gameplay a lot right now, at least as it transitions. Is there a problem? What does it matter what I say to him? Is there a problem?
No. Well, I don't think so. Between the
We've
two,
already been
that
through
what
this.
he's-
I'm going to skip
but
through
never
it, just
hurts
sell
to
off
be
what
a
I
little
can, and we'll
suspicious,
try to
does
go
it?
find Drevis to do some illusion training, because that's what we need most right now.
You're welcome.
Found it interesting that American football could be moving to the ideas of rugby. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's the armor that you mentioned does enable a lot of moves that would otherwise be impossible or extremely dangerous if you tried to tackle somebody in that way, to the tackler, not the person being tackled.
Spells and incantations for those with the talent to
Which
cast
does
them.
kind of unleash a lot of those like really big hits and whatever, those spectacular, the violence of the game, which I'm sure a lot of people are drawn to. that's going to be kind of
See you around.
curtailed, I think, with the new standards. But at some point, you know, you gotta stop trying to kill people for profits, I guess, and entertainment. 9 Piner TT87. Just gonna call you Piner if you don't mind. Have you ever used Sacrilege instead of Sacrosanct, and is it viable? It is a very viable, and it's a very fun mod. A lot of people actually completely prefer Sacrilege to Sacrosanct. It's a little bit more pared down, a little bit more streamlined. I don't think it has as many features, but it is very, very good. I have not gotten all I need to get out of Sacrosanct yet. I still want to do some build guides on that and some character concepts on that. But I will at some point switch over to Sacrilege and do a build on that at some point. I prefer it over Sacrosanct, but nothing touches better vampires. There you go. The battle has mostly been about Sacrosanct versus better vampires, but a lot of people do prefer Sacrilege, as Magus does. Alright, Mirabelle. Let me go to Whiterun and fight some vigilant bosses.
Well, you're
It's not even a battle. There we go. All the way better in every way, says Magus 80. The Archmage asked me to see you about class.
Yes, from what I've heard, I expect Tofdil will be occupied for some time. That is a problem, isn't it? I suppose someone else will need to look after the apprentices for now.
I suppose they will. And then, so what should I do if there's no class?
Well, perhaps it's time for some independent study. Check with Urag Groshab in the Arcanium.
Independent study? Is that what the kids are calling it these days?
This thing that you and Tolfdir found. I'd like to know as much as we can about it.
Okay, all the way back to Urag.
Looks like we've got some good old
Getting the run around here. Of course, you can do a Wicked Vampire Knight build with them both, and I think Sacro's version is a tad better. Interesting. Is that just because of the way that it handles melee combat, or is it the hemomancy spells? A little bit of everything? Because I don't know if Sacrilege does, but I know Sacrosanct gives you an attack buff, an attack damage buff for being a vampire, and I think it gets better as you get more starved. If I remember correctly. It's been a long time since I played a vampire character. Back to the Arcanium. You don't use hemomancy with a vampire innate. You don't use magic at all, actually. Okay. With Sacrosanct. Interesting. Heavy armor, sword, and board. Okay.
You are now in the
so it's pretty much just a straight up melee character, just using the
it might as well be my own little plane of
passive stuff, I guess, from the
my Arcanium.
From the vampire set.
You torn apart by angry Atronachs. Now,
oh, don't tell me you played a vampire character, Magus. Unheard of.
I know what you want. Word travels fast around here. Discovered some big mystery.
I didn't give myself time to eat breakfast before the stream. I'm gonna have to take a break here.
No, I don't
soon.
have anything for you.
Get some food in my
Not
belly.
anymore, anyway.
It's pumpkin pie season. Costco has all the pumpkin pies out. I couldn't help but buy one.
I said not anymore.
I'm just gonna sit down and eat that whole thing over the course of the next few days. I love pumpkin pie. It's like my favorite food.
Some kind of peace
and no magics.
I think one of those volumes may have had some relevant information.
Heavy armor vampire, thank you. Sacrilege, big difference is you get stronger if you are well fed, I believe, but Magus, correct me if I'm wrong. I think Sacrosanct does that too, to a degree. But there's also like the wassail mechanic on it too. Most of you are stronger, well fed. Only stupid Bethesda thought it would be a good idea for starved and stronger. I gotcha. Sacro does that too. Yeah, I thought so. I thought there were certain things about being blood starved that would make you stronger. Well, there are buffs that you get for being starved, but there are also heavy debuffs as well. It's more complicated than just stronger when stronger when starved with Sacrosanct and Sacrilege. With Vanilla, you're just stronger when you're starved no matter what, except that you get the stink eye. And I think they even removed citizens attacking you on sight if you were too blood starved, which made even less sense, but I guess players were complaining about it for balance reasons.
I don't want to see you treating any of these books poorly. Are we clear?
Yeah, New Bethesda is so afraid of nerfing the player character, I think, that the balance is always way out of whack. Yeah, what was I doing here?
Not enough to bother with. Although now it looks like you'll be doing the sorting. Good luck with that.
Oh yeah, that ability that you keep your powers from being... Yeah, that's a must-have, like almost immediately. And then let yourself get starved and then feed, and then you keep all the... Yeah, that's always what I do with Sacrosanct. That's like a no-brainer right out of the bat. As soon as you get access to that power. Who's Orthorn? Okay, I think I'm good here. All right, we are officially unleashed. Let's stop by Birna's shop.
You there. I have questions for you.
See if we can find
You're in
Drevis.
Sarthol, yes? It has come to my attention that something was
I like Scion mod that allows you to damage all enemies with blood magic through Vampire Lord Tree. That sounds pretty cool. Might conflict with some of the major popular overhauls, though. Yes, we did. I just informed the Archmage.
I am well aware. Tolfdir is still in Sarthol, is he? I shall be expecting a full report.
So, as both a worshipper of the 9 divines under Saint Alessia's umbrella, and also not a fan of the Elven pantheon, he kind of thinks that it's kind of just a bastardization of the human pantheon, even though it's probably more the other way around in reality because the Elven pantheon has been around for so much longer.
Something was discovered in
He's
Sarthol
not
that was
going
significant
to
enough
be a
that
fan of the
Tolfdir
Thalmor,
sent a
for
new
sure.
member of the college alone to deliver word.
In
That
fact,
sounds
as an
precisely
Imperial,
like the sort of thing that should matter to
he might be more likely to
Discretion.
side with the
Thank you for your
Stormcloaks in the
help.
Civil War here,
You may
just to
go.
reinstate that 9th divine of Talos into the official pantheon.
I have met.
Okay, what are we doing here? We gotta find Drevis. Drevis is probably over here in the Hall of Countenance, and we're gonna do what we can to level up Illusion for 5, and then we'll go back to Feralda, level up Destruction for 5, and then we'll head down to Birna, sell off our stuff, and then we will take a carriage, a modded carriage back to Whiterun, and talk to Altano about continuing this Vigilant quest line here. Drevis is probably downstairs. He doesn't really hang out upstairs too much. There's Feralda. Drevis hangs out. This is his room. I don't know if he's actually here or not. There he is.
You can see me?
Of course I can.
Confound it all. I was quite sure I was invisible. Or at least transparent.
Alright. I kinda just want to sell you some
Take a
stuff
look.
and then get trained up so we can stop with the chit-chat, alright? Arthal amulet, don't need that. Linen wraps will keep for crafting capes and cloaks. Scroll of Talons of Nerds. Whenever an enemy in the area is staggered, a spike of rock erupts from the ground, tossing the target and dealing 150 stamina damage. More earth magic's not really gonna fit. Oh, we can take Light Bearer. This actually has some of the Paladin spells from Forgotten Magic redone. Divine Light effects by 2 seconds. Probably not going to dip into the Forgotten Magic stuff for this one. I want to keep 1 enchanted ring for disenchanting. Ooh. Yeah, alright. Let's do some training.
I shall explain to you the mysteries
Give him some of that money
the
back.
Outer Realms. spells and incantations
sell off
for
the
those
stuff
with
that
the
he didn't
talent
have
to
money
cast
for
them.
before. And okay, that about does it.
Until next time.
We'll do a level up, and then we will train 5 destruction with Feralda here. All right, so I'm doing 2 in Magicka, 2 in health, and 1 in stamina for every 5 levels. So this is going to be 1 in health, and then 1 in stamina for the 5th level, and then we'll start over at level 16.
Mirabelle does a fine job as Master Wizard, I suppose. Still, there's always room for improvement.
Oh god, Lucian. Blocking the view, buddy.
Take a look.
We got a sexy-ass elf in front of us here, and you're just blocking it. All right. Don't think I have anything else to sell her, because I didn't have anything else to sell to Drevis. So let's just do training.
I can teach you, but I won't be held responsible for what you do with the knowledge.
Heavy armor, one-handed, handicraft, entropy, phasmalist, and rhetorics. Is that sacrilege? And block. That's a lot of stuff there that I don't recognize from from Sacrosanct. Or is that a Valkyrie? Doing a Dark Keeper build. Oh, that's Enderall. Enderall. Gotcha. Yep. All right. I missed part of the conversation there. Yeah, I don't know much about Enderall at all. And I'm trying to avoid spoilers on it a little bit because I do want to play it one day. I am just, my gaming life is busy as hell. Almost as busy as my professional life. All right, let's see here. I'll dip in and out of Enderall streams just to hang out a little bit and kind of see what the game is about, get an idea of it. It seems a little more in line with like these classical RPGs that have a lot more to do with like class structure and building and things like that, which I'm drawn to, which is why I do like build guides and stuff on Skyrim still. Stop by Birna, buy all the stuff that Feralda and Drevis didn't want to. Oh, it's really late. Okay. All right. So it's kind of late. Let's head back up to the college. We'll sleep in our free dorm room here so we don't have to spend extra money to sleep in the inn. Honestly, better than Skyrim in terms of story, music, characters, and stuff. Nice. Okay, Hall of Attainment, and then it's going to be the first room on the right. All right, I'm going to take a nap here, and then I'm also going to take a break while Cassius is sleeping. And I'm going to get some food in my stomach, and I'll be back real soon. Uh, 9:30, let's sleep until 8:30, so Birna will be 11 hours. That is a good sleep right there. Oh, big stretch. It's dark outside today. It's a little overcast. High is 61 today, which is a little lower than it has been. Okay, I'm going to take a quick break here. I'm going to grab a snack and refresh my beverage, and I will be back momentarily. All right, I'm back. I feel so much better now. Whew. Yeah, silver armor, resplendent armor, and silver armor. I have both of them actually in game right now. Thank you for posting the links on there though, in case anybody else is looking for one. But I just haven't been able to craft them yet because I'm so low level. Silver armor. Yeah, these guys are. Oh, I don't know what it's in, but I know I have it because I know I did add it. Yeah, here we go. This is like the, I don't know, the Zero Frost, maybe? Or Fourth Unknown. I think this is Fourth Unknown. And it has a physics patch on it for the tacits on the helmet. Yeah, I'm waiting to, I just lost my train of thought looking at all these numbers on the screen here. Just waiting to be able to craft these more naturally. Fourth Unknown, okay. I always get them mixed up. Fourth Unknown and Zero Frost. Yeah, that one's in there, and then of course I got the resplendent armor too. That one was in for the Warriors playthrough as well. I misspelled that hard. Yep, so this one's in here too, with the big ass greatsword as well. Pretty cool looking set. We'll get there. I'm sure they'll fit well with the cleric or any paladin, really. Actually, let me figure out my OBS here. Something's not working correctly. There we go. Now we're good. All right. Okay, so let's see. Morning ritual. Let's get outside. Oh, I forgot actually the whole ritual. Let's do this again. Part of the roleplay rituals that we're doing with this character is we are actually going to sleep until 5 a.m. every day. So that is going to be 3 hours plus another 5 hours. That's a good 8 hours there. So this will put us at 5:38 a.m., which is roughly in line with like sunrise or whatever. And then he's going to go out and he's going to meditate or pray to Saint Alessia for the rest of the time that it takes between then and when everybody else kind of wakes up and starts populating the area, going about their day. Praying for a few hours to the rising sun. Let's see if we can get a good view. Actually, let's go upstairs. How about that? And one more flight of stairs. And let's see, the sunrise is in the east, right? So we'll find a good view out to the east. This looks pretty good. Pray. And I'm pretty much always going to take Akatosh for a while. What Akatosh does, the Blessing of Akatosh, it will give you a boost to experience. So learn all skills 12% faster, and this stacks on top of, you know, your Warrior Stone or your Mage Stone or your Lover Stone or whatever else you're using. And also the whatever Galder amulet piece that you're running as well will give you another 10% boost to progression on that. So we are leveling up pretty quickly here, I think, I hope, which is good. Let's see, do we have another level up yet? No, very close though. All right. Pray here for another 3 hours, and then we'll get some water, we'll get some breakfast, and then we'll head down to Birna, sell off the rest of our stuff that we haven't been able to sell to our
Do you think I'm
spell
technically a
vendors
student
here.
here too? I mean, no one seems to be questioning my presence.
Yeah, I don't know, Lucian. They didn't give you any robes or welcome you or anything, but I'd welcome to use my bed whenever you need it. Just change the sheets if you do something nasty in there. He also has some extra inventory here that I can sell off to Birna. Bunch of crafting supplies too. Try to avoid the FMR stuff for now because that tends to take over a build completely whenever you use them, and I want to save that juice for FMR builds. Okay. Eat and drink and be merry. Severe thirst and moderate hunger. The things that he does for his religion. Look at that. Gonna need to get some more food at some point here too. That should do it. That satisfies everything. We're not quite well fed yet, so we're not getting the buff. Gorging ourselves, but that's okay. At least we're not nerfed. Oh, one more flight of stairs. Don't really need the map at the moment. Snowy day out here, but we got our fur cloak keeping us warm. Yeah, in the daylight, in the bright daylight anyway, you can see where the shoulder fur is clipping through the cape on the left side there. It doesn't seem to be so bad on the right side for whatever reason. But in the right lighting, you can barely even tell it's there. But in certain lighting situations, it can be a little bit of an eyesore. Little piece of blight on an otherwise beautiful cape. But it's good enough for now, especially since this is probably temporary armor.
You. I want to join the College of Winterhold, but I need help with my wards. Can you teach me?
Well, I'm not exactly an expert, but I'm better than most. Sure. What do you got?
Really? Great. Okay, so first, you raise your ward and I'll throw a little spell at it. That way I can see the right way to do things. Get your ward ready. Come on.
Why are you so angry about it?
Great. Now I'm going to cast some spells at you. Keep your ward up so I can study it. I think I see what I was doing wrong. All right, that should do it. I think I'm ready to try the college again. Thanks.
All right, good luck. Also, have you heard about the good word of Saint Alessia? It can change your life in the best ways possible. Do you have a mere 5 minutes to spend to hear about the good word of Saint Alessia? No, I'm not going to do that. I can't bring myself to do it. All right, Birna. New Magus would get a kick out of that.
I heard the gourmet's hiding out
Jeez.
somewhere in Skyrim. You know, fella who wrote that cookbook.
The amount of follower mods made in the UK is surprising. To award Inigo. Inigo's British? I didn't know Inigo was British. Lucian, yeah. That one's obvious just by listening to him. And more, just impressive. Nice. Let's see. What have you for sale?
Trinkets, odds and ends, that sort of thing.
Scottish, technically? Okay. So UK, not Great Britain. I did not know that. These arrows I can give to Lucian. He's got a bow and arrow, even though he chooses not to use them most of the time, which is good for me. I would rather have him melee attacking and tanking form. I forgot to disenchant that. All right, we'll... Oh, no, Light Bearer. My goodness. So, so fat fingers today. Fingers are so fat today.
You're that one from the college.
Lightbringer is the one that I'm going to be
Trinkets,
wearing
odds
because
and
it has a
ends, that
good
sort of thing.
magicka and health boost to it. Yes, it does. Keeping those amulets. Is there any potions? Frenzy potion I don't need. Weak magicka poison is not that effective. UK, English, Welsh, Scottish, and North Ireland. Yeah. I do have co-workers that work out of the UK, and we often work together remotely. So I know what the UK is. And I know that Scottish people are impossible to understand, even for most British people. And the Welsh people are even worse, from what I've heard. Most of my family heritage actually comes from Wales. And Scotland. And Norway. And some from Great Britain as well. Though less. Even got some African Congo in there too. It was kind of cool to see. Okay, let's see. Villages, cities. We need to go to cities. We need to go to Whiterun because we have some unfinished business with Altano for the Vigilance of Stendar. I'm really liking this mod so far. I mean, the storylines are kind of paper thin, and the quest structure is kind of goofy, but they don't hold your hand too much. You actually have to listen to what they say to get to the next shot. Walk always in the light. There you go. Welcome, Ireshot. Hope you're doing well this weekend. But these boss fights in this mod are just epic. It has me interested to see the other mods, other quest mods. I think there are 2 of them made by the same author. And now I'm drawing a blank on what they are. I just have the Ulenwald stuck in my head. Doing all right. Hope you are also doing well. Yeah, I'm doing good. Doing well, I should say. My wife's an English major, so should use proper grammar whenever I can. Or she will hypercorrect me. She's one of those lovely hypercorrectors. For me, Scottish and England, Scottish side moms and granddads 95 still drive and precision engineering things. Awesome. Hanging in there. You got some longevity in your genes, huh? It's good. Hey, Tyree. Welcome, buddy. Me no speak good English. My boss at work sometimes wears this t-shirt where he's like trying to say that he's not good at English, and it's like crossed out incorrectly a few times, and then at the very end he just says, I'm good at math. Always made me chuckle a little bit. Okay, let's see. What are we doing? Oh yeah, Altano.
What are you looking at?
Brian Boitano. I mean Altano.
Even if you are my elder.
Yeah, I mean, legacy skill sets are quite valuable, especially in engineering, because so many companies don't want to invest in overhauling to newer technology.
Come on in.
So they run the same old systems over and over again. It's kind of like the software engineering industry moves really quickly, but there are a lot of industries that don't like keep up with the times. So even in that industry, legacy skill sets are quite valuable. If you're retired and you have a certain set of skills like Liam Neeson, then and you want to make some extra money, low pressure but easy work because you're so good at it, there's usually work to be had. Have you found out where the summoner is now?
There was an incident with the Daedra in the inn in Windhelm. It might be related to our investigation.
Welcome to Windhelm.
We should check it out.
Absolutely. I'll see you in Windhelm, buddy. Always think of Ralph from The Simpsons. I'm drawing a blank on who Ralph from The Simpsons is. I'm sure if you described him to me quickly, I would oh, that's Ralph. Tape laser cutters, huh? Tyrese in danger? Okay, so Windhelm. Have we been to Windhelm yet? It's been a couple weeks since I played this character. Yes, we have been. Don't remember why. It looks like I've been all the way up to the Palace of the Kings. Hines Grove. I haven't kicked off the main quest line, I don't think. I couldn't have because I'm running Skyrim Unbound and I don't have dragons unlocked yet, so main quest line is inaccessible at the moment. Yeah, interesting. Don't remember what we were doing in Windhelm. Maybe it was just a pit stop on our way to Winterhold. He's the police chief's son, and he's not the brightest. Okay. Is he the one that has a crush on... Oh no, that's Millhouse. But I thought there was another one that she was tutoring, that Lisa was tutoring. That's kind of gross, and he like picks his nose. But then there's also the bully, the one that goes. That's Nelson. That's not Ralph. Yeah, Windhelm, please.
Need a ride? Where do you want to go?
Ralph is the one who like picks his nose and stuff, right? He's the social pariah of the school. Okay, let's see. Markarth. Nelson is the one that Lisa was tutoring. Okay. Windhelm, please.
Climb and back, and we'll be off.
I will climb and back.
I can't wait here forever.
Jeez, that was not even a split second, dude. Your lamp.
Riding to right run from old Rorikstead.
He's unwell, I think, mentally. Tells me to hurry up a second after he tells me to get in the back, and then starts singing immediately. The inn in Windhelm. Now, there was a boss encounter in the Bannered Mare where like all the patrons actually helped with that, and as a cleric character that can actually buff up everybody around me really well, that worked to my advantage quite a bit. So we'll be leaning into that. If we get into tight quarters here with a boss fight inside the inn, I like my chances, I think. Doesn't mean there won't be collateral damage, but at least the champion of St. Alessia will survive to pass on the good word.
Come on in. We've got warm food, warm drinks, and warm beds.
You got some warm beer that I can drink? Because that sounds delicious.
This here's Candlehearth Hall. Great rooms upstairs, and there's a bed for rent on the ground floor.
Okay, so no rumors or anything about Daedra encounters in the inn? Let's see if we can find Altano. He might be upstairs. Aravanya is the one of the horse keepers at the stable. Terran, I think, is an interesting NPC.
Do you have any idea how dull
Vigilant. The
horses
scene can
are?
be skipped. Interesting. What scene?
We
Oh,
are
here's
the
Altan.
Vigilance of Stendar. We received report of a Daedra in your inn.
Take a look at this. He was here. The
I know
guards
the
won't
wench.
help. The people won't help. Someone's
Oh,
going
that
to
sounds
get
familiar.
killed. Somebody do something.
Leave it
Hey,
to
Tom,
us.
welcome.
We'll take care of that matter immediately. But
Warm beer, brother. You. Yep.
Was it summoned?
Yes.
Playing Vigilant, I am
Casting
indeed.
spells without
I
asking
thought it would
her
go well with
permission.
the
Next
cleric
thing you
playthrough,
know,
and I haven't played it
someone
yet.
gets hurt.
I've always been
What
excited to
manner
play
of
it.
magic is this? By the gods. I don't even know what to
Do
say.
you know where that woman is now?
Nah, I don't think so. Best we all forget about her.
Understood. We appreciate your cooperation. Come on, novice. We
Do
have to
you
get rid
want
of
to
that
fix the
Daedra.
problem or not? Yeah, I'm liking it so far. I mean, the story and the quest structure is kind of thin or whatever, that's fine, but I'm really enjoying the boss fights. They're pretty epic. Oh, shit. This looks like Sanguine Apostate or something.
Just 5 more minutes. Go away.
What the? Well, he doesn't seem very dangerous. I'll leave this one to you and continue my search for that summoner.
Really? You're gonna leave me here alone with this thing? I mean, I thought I was gonna have to clean up a mess, but not like this. Alright, you gonna go find the summoner? Get out of here! You go over there. Okay, well, I'll give you a minute. Do I have anything I can cook? Salmon steak we can do. I don't want to cook the carp or the pogfish because I think I need those for the fishing quests. Getting colder, though, next week. Cold. Ooh. Yeah, it's been getting colder here, too. Not nearly as cold as you guys get up there, though. I really don't want to be cornered here, so let's... but I don't want to miss anything important, either. Alright, well, let's put the helmet on. Let's see, what should I be ready with? It looks like this guy has a two-handed weapon. In case things do get nasty here. And let's see, I do have the non-clipping on my followers, so I can use that to get the hell out of here quickly. I thought he was going to go take care of the summoner, though, and he's just kind of sitting there.
This one's a
oh, there he
favorite
goes.
of mine. A legend we all know.
I don't want to
and
get
love.
cornered back there if he does become hostile immediately. All right, and then fire. Do I have any potion of destruction, which could be resist fire? The
This one's a
Dremora do
favorite
like to
here.
wield fire magics and fire enchantments. And let's just make sure I have my spells set up here too. Let's do... Spirit Guardian's good. Lesser Ward. Let's do Aura of Vigor, just in case I need to go invulnerable for a minute. Suggest -8 degrees at some point. Wow, that sounds
we all know and love.
kind of terrifying.
So nice.
Get up, Daedra. You're bothering the patrons.
I know. So what?
Believe the dragonborn comes.
I really don't want to have to fight this guy unless I have to, but I think I'm going to have to. What is this? You have a chance while he's sleeping. Would you like to banish him back to oblivion? Banish, I need a conjuration skill of 25, two-handed to 25, or one-handed to 40. I don't have any of that. Maybe my one-handed will work? Okay. Yeah, I did have the one-handed. That's good. Well, that was easy. That was kind of anticlimactic after all that preparation. It was just a skill check. Alright, where the hell is Altano? He was going to go look for that summoner. Did Did you find him, or are you just kind of piss farting around up here? So Daedra's been banished. We're good. Kind of left the place smelling of sulfur, but other than that... Come on, Altano. Yeah, not interacting. I'm gonna do a... Wait an hour, see if that fixes him. Coughing and grumbling over here. Are you still stuck on the stairs over there? You don't want to go through my dudes, do you? Yeah, I can't activate it. Get out of his way, wait outside of a cell for an hour, and we'll come back. This isn't a deal breaker for me. Mods like this are always kind of buggy. There's usually a workaround for it, though. Wilhelm Scream was added. Good. Now I think it's copyright free. Yes, it is. Everybody loves the Wilhelm Scream, right? Ow! Ow! Speaking of the Wilhelm Scream, that Indiana Jones game's coming out soon. That looks like it's pretty good. It's getting pretty good previews, pretty good buzz.
Come on.
People seem to like it.
We've got warm drink to our drinks and warm beds.
I've never seen such a poor excuse for a Daedra. Well, the summoner is what's important. Judging by the traces of her magicka, she must be somewhere nearby. I will continue the search for her in Windhelm. I'll be at the inn if you need me.
Okay. Eye of Madness. So he's going to continue the search, but he's going to be here in the inn. So that means that I'm going to be doing all the work, it sounds like. Damn it.
We're the children of Skyrim, and we fight all our lives. And when Sovngarde beckons, everyone.
We'll see if he has anything else to say. Otherwise, we'll just kind of piss fart around Windhelm for a little bit and see what else we need to do.
I overheard a strange rumor from the guards. Apparently, there's a sinister man in Kynesgrove. Anyone who looks him in the eyes flies into a frenzy, they say. As Vigilants of Stendarr, we can't overlook something like that. Go to Kynesgrove and check out this rumor.
Currently has been around +5 and 0 Celsius. Hopefully it snows soon.
This one's a favorite of mine.
Does the snow tend to warm it up? I know here, the moisture in the air, if it's like dry here like it always is, the cold feels so much colder, but then when it like rains or if there's moisture in the air, it warms it up a little bit. Don't have enough experience around snow to really know. Unrelated, but what do you think of the vitriol on the Boone versus Slack rivalry? I saw Slack removed comments relating to Boone, and he seems to be forcing this play. I only know Boone's side of it. And he said that at first, Slack was very, like, encouraging, which, if you've had any interactions personally with Slack, is kind of, almost out of character because he tends to be, you know, the classic grumpy old man. Where I've never really faulted him for that, because dealing with a wide audience on YouTube for as long as he has, that will wear you down for sure, dealing with crappy comments. But there have been multiple reports of like just kind of vitriolic interactions with Slack in the past from several people. But Boone said like at first he was encouraging and thought it was awesome and everything, and then was even like commenting, and then for whatever reason he just kind of changed his tune up. I don't know if he thought that he could do it better, or if he thought Boone was kind of like infringing on his foothold on the challenge play thing, or maybe he saw that Boone's videos were starting to get some more views and getting a little traction, and maybe he thought that his YouTube business was suffering. I don't know. I have no idea. Boone doesn't seem to be taking it too hard though, because he's had kind of interactions with Slack in the past that weren't too friendly. So I don't. That's about all I know. Yeah, Boone has had nothing but positive comments towards Slack as well. Yeah, no, Boone's a very positive guy overall. Very pragmatic guy, and is willing to try all kinds of different things to get his YouTube channel promoted, but I haven't had anything but positive interactions with Boone in the past. But I also haven't had any interactions with Slack in the past at all. So I'm going to... I can't really side with one over the other because that's a one side that I don't really know, but I am closer with Boone for sure. I consider Boone a friend. Personally, yeah, me too. I have them both. Actually, look. I have them both in my watch later queue. I'm like most of the way through Slacks right now, and Boone's is right after. I'm enjoying them both. And I'm going to continue doing that. Boone hasn't expressed any ill will towards Slack at all, or saying, yeah, you shouldn't like watch his stuff. And I probably, even if he did say stop watching Slack stuff, I probably would still watch it because I hate getting in the way of personal drama, especially when my hobby is all about escapism anyway. Agree, both are good, yeah. So if we're going to compare and contrast the two, Slack is very much kind of metagaming. He's totally willing to lean into exploits and things like that. He leans into the alchemy side of things and just the most powerful way that he can get money and gain levels before you go on. That's kind of the classic buildcraft power leveling type stuff to get your character to a certain point and then play the game. Is what his guides are all about. Boone takes it step by step and actually kind of role plays his character a little bit, and his challenge runs are more naturally paced and everything. And he plays on the same like legendary difficulty and everything that Slack does. He just does it a little bit differently, and there are enough room for tastes of a lot of people and how those builds are run. Some people like the metagaming power leveling aspect of Slack, and other people are more drawn to the more naturally paced stuff of Boone. So there are differences for sure, and there's room for both of them, I think. Sadly, it doesn't seem like Slack agrees anymore. Baylor, I want to see if I can get a face-to-face interaction with him, but I also don't want to put myself in a corner for tactical purposes. What's going on, buddy? I heard you can drive people mad if they look you in the eye. Is this true? The eye singular.
Yes, why are you asking? I'm so tired of this. Please leave me alone.
What happened to your right eye?
I lost a bet to some woman. She gouged out my eye and shoved this strange stone in its place.
After that, everyone who looked me in the eyes went mad. I'm so tired.
The voice acting on this one is quite good, actually. That sounds nasty. Can you tell me anything about that woman?
I was too drunk to remember anything about her. Oh, she had nice hips.
Well, yeah. Anybody that crazy is probably going to be pretty hot. As Magus would say, ask me how I know. I could give you Stendar's mercy.
No, thank you. I don't want to die. I can just cover it up with this bandage and everything will be fine.
I won't use this eye unless some idiot attacks me. It's fine, really. Just please leave me alone.
Magus knows. Alright.
Make it quick.
Where's Altana? We got a lot of back and forth so far with the quest structure on this, which I'm not a huge fan of, but whatever. We'll say prefer roleplay over meta because I'm more used to roleplay. Yeah, I mean, it's a preference thing. Some people don't have the patience for it. They just want you to get to the gameplay mechanics and stuff like that. And I think that's probably a wider audience for that than the roleplay paced stuff. And look at this, it's raining and I can actually see. That's nice, huh? Hey, thanks for the links, Magus. In case you were wondering, yeah, Boone and Slack both have a very similar Impossible Argonian, pure Argonian playthrough going on right now. It's gotten a little bit contentious, so if you like the drama, get your popcorn. But for me, and actually Magus also, we've been enjoying watching both at the same time, kind of as like a little race and compare and contrast thing. And there are a ton of differences. It's not like Boone just is verbatimly like stealing Slack's style, even though it is obviously heavily inspired by it. Boone does have his own unique gameplay style. Hey, Joe, the Panicked Monk. Welcome, buddy. Hope you are doing well this weekend. We were doing some smiting, mostly on Yurik Galderson, but now we are running through the Vigilant mod. And I'm sure there will be a boss fight before too long here. We'll be smiting some more. We're either going to be doing the smiting or we're going to be getting smited. One can like two things at the same time. Yes, indeed.
Welcome. Oh, let me know if you want anything.
And sometimes the best things come in pairs. Look at all the love. Yeah, indeed.
I tell you, the dragonborn comes.
Speaking of people that I've never had a negative, anything but positive interactions with, the Panicked Monk over there, he's a pretty cool dude. That rumor was true, but Baylor isn't hostile and he doesn't have any evil intentions.
That man, Balor, must be sent to Stendar. What do you think will happen if that man loses control of his eye? Many people will suffer. Don't you understand?
So what about the mercy part? I will kill him in the name of Stendar. Okay, how do you guys think this guy would play? I don't know. The main thing here is that Cassius wants to spread the word of the Nine Divines, right? And everybody under Saint Alessia's umbrella and Saint Alessia herself, right? But he's also very steadfast in his faith, so he might be kind of prone to seeing things in pure black and white. In that case, he would need to die. But Stendar also should be merciful, and he's just... The Vigilants just are not. What do you guys think? How should I play this? We could do this by committee. How do you think Cassius, knowing what you know of him so far... Oh, we got a subscription. Wayne Havazda. Welcome, Wayne. Hope you're doing well this weekend. Welcome aboard. Let's do a poll. Let's do a poll. Because I don't think this guy should just be let go, but I feel like there's maybe some kind of ritual or something. We might be able to help him instead of just ignoring him, right? But we don't have that option. Let's see. Can I do a poll? I can do a poll. Should we kill the dude? Yes or no? And this isn't Altano. Two things. Gotta fill up my glass. There you go. Not Altano, but the guy that we met in Kynes Grove. We got 100% for no so far. I also have never played Vigilant, so I don't know how this is gonna pan out. But it sounds like it's this woman we're looking for, not the guy at Kynes Grove. Give you guys another minute or so. I know there's a little bit of lag between the chat and the video here. Not a ton, but some. Okay, we got 5. Ooh. We got one person saying that we should kill the dude. Okay, we got 6 votes. I think that's enough to end the poll on. We're not killing the dude. All right, let's see what's going on. Some of you who have played through Vigilant might know the quote-unquote better choice, even if there is a difference.
Otherwise, you cannot be a Vigilant of Stendar anymore.
Jeez. Well, okay. I guess I can only kill Baylor then. Let's go talk to Baylor one more time. Hey, thanks, Magus, for the promotional inspiration there. Actually, I've been running a lot of polls on my channel, on the YouTube channel lately, and it's actually driving a ton of interactions, it's a ton of engagement. So I'm going to try to continue with those throughout the week because they're pretty low time, pretty low of a time investment. I can actually manage to do that during the week while I work, and while I also work on different videos and things like that. And if it gets people to see the channel and it gets people to show up on the live streams, it gets people watching the videos, then that engagement is awesome. Awesome videos on the trick arrows, by the way. Yeah, no problem. I try to, like, when I play this game, I always keep an eye out for some of the more complicated mechanics that are added by an IRIM or whatever else. And if there's something to go into, I'll try to make a video on it, and trick arrows was the last one. And so I thought it was cool to just be able to demonstrate, especially that maze arrow is pretty funky. But yeah, if you're running Ordinator and you're running the AE, the full AE upgrade, do not use the arcane arrows the arcane arrows that you're crafting up, because you need to use those void salts for the trick arrows. And those void salts are really rare. Even when you can find them in a vendor, they're expensive, but you want to save those for your trick arrows because they're way more powerful. Don't do the arcane ones. Thank you, Magus. I got a couple videos too that I never really promoted on Discord. I need to go through maybe this week and post them in the different Discords so that people know that they're there. The melee guide went insane. That's like been my highest performing video of all time so far.
Welcome.
Kind of dropped off a little bit faster than maybe the Shadow Mage did, but in terms of like first week performance, it just went through the roof. Never had a video perform like that before. That was cool. Most of the ingredients are rare for the... Yeah, the human hearts are tough to find. Those scrolls of Soul Trap for the maze arrows are rough. The most common ones, obviously, the orichalcum ingots for the Orcish Force arrows, and coincidentally, those are probably also the most useful in terms of like combat archery, I think. All right, let's see what Baylor says.
Leave me alone.
I'm sorry, but you gotta die. Stendar is waiting for you.
If this is your answer, then there's only one thing left to do.
Okay, feeling a little crazy here. Okay, we're hurting here. I can't get out of first-person view, so if this is making anybody like seasick or anything, it is for me a little bit. Another piece of red stone. Each one of the bosses that I've fought so far have had this weird little stone on them. I can sell them as a gem, but I'm holding on to them because it seems a little mysterious about what they actually are. Fearless Deft Hands, that's pickpocketing. I can sell these off. I'm just gonna leave this guy naked and alone on the floor. Okay, so you're the ideal representation of an Imperial, and you're just standing in flames. Doesn't really paint a good picture for Imperials, I think. What's going on there? Yeah, so this is the Vigilant mod. It's part of that quest line. There was a guy, reports of a guy in the inn at Kinesgrove that was driving people mad when he looked at him. So we went and investigated. Apparently there was a witch or some kind of magic practicing woman that goaded him into a bet, and in the bet he lost his right eye, and she replaced it with some sort of magical stone of some sort. So Altano, the guy that I talked to over in Windhelm, he represents the Vigilant of Stendarr, and I am part of that. This is like a faction now with this mod. So in order to continue my status with the Vigilant of Stendarr, which is one of the 9 divines and therefore under the umbrella of Saint Alessia, I was forced to kind of go and kill that guy Baelor. He apparently looked at me and tried to drive me mad, but doesn't seem to have worked. I don't know. I did just kill a guy who hasn't really done anything to hurt anybody from what I could tell. So maybe I went mad there, but I have a feeling that the effects on the screen there were supposed to be portraying the effects of madness by looking into that guy's eye. That's what I'm guessing. That's my best guess as to a summary of things that have just happened. My nose itches. I feel like I need to trim the nostril hairs or something. Oh, Vigilant, gotcha. Cool mod with really bonkers parts, so I sort of ran through it once, but should revisit it. Yeah, this is a blind playthrough for me, but I'm really enjoying the boss fights. As I mentioned, the quest structure, because this is like my 4th time now, back and forth between Kynesgrove and Windhelm. It's a little bit to be desired, but I am really enjoying the boss fights. It gets a little buggy here now and then too. But nothing game breaking.
At times like this, a drink will make you feel better.
You think so? Cassius doesn't really drink much. Let's see. He hates Nord mead, but he's gonna drink it just because he hates, you know, the thought of killing innocent people. Time we got 5:03 p.m. We've got a little bit of time left for more Vigilant business, I think. Any clues on the summoner yet?
I've got news from Stendarr's beacon. Apparently she's been seen in Riften. Let's go to the beacon and listen to the details.
All right, traveling to the Rift then, huh? All right, we got time to get to Riften, hit up the Bee and Barb before we move on. Let's see if there's any cheap food for Cassius to grab from the innkeeper here.
Fresh baked bread and good cheese if you're after a bite to eat.
Get some more water for sure.
Let's sate that appetite,
Let's I'm gonna actually take the garlic and salt. I can cook some of my own stuff with that. Some hearty beef for only 14 gold. Can't afford not to get that. Cooked catfish, yes please. We'll grab a carrot for some fiber. Maybe some bread. That should keep us going for a day or two.
Enjoy your stay, and don't break nothing.
You got some nice meat hooks there. Makes for a damn good punch.
Weird compliment, but thank you. The Bard's College graduate released a video on it recently. It's nearly 2 hours long, so I haven't sat down to watch it yet, but I look forward to watching her overview of Vigilant. Am I subscribed to
Will you spare a few coins
Bard's College graduate? That sounds very familiar. I feel like I am. I tend not to watch videos on stuff I haven't played yet because I am sensitive to spoilers. I like being shocked and surprised, if that's even possible these days. So if I am subscribed to Bard's College graduate, I may not have watched the video on purpose. Oh, Altano is booking it, huh? What, he can't afford a carriage ride to Riften? Alright.
Need a ride?
Guess this Vigilant of Stendarr work doesn't pay much.
Where do you want to go?
Riften, please. It looks like I've already been to Riften.
Back.
Oh, yeah, I went to Riften to do the Agent of Mara stuff. She is one of the 9 divines, after all, but also there's that very valuable... I think it's like 15% resistance to magic. Just inherent, passive, One of the better things you can do at the beginning of a high difficulty playthrough. It doesn't require any combat to speak of unless you get waylaid by a saber cat or something next to the Guker's monument on that last little quest. Oh, here comes Altano. May as well greet him on the road here, and then we'll follow him into the Bee and Barb. He seems to like to take up residence in the inns. Oh, okay. You just setting up shop outside one of the watchtowers? Yeah, Vigilant. One nice thing she will do often is leave out key parts so that there is still some mystery, but she doesn't often highlight a lot of quest mods. I think she just really liked Vigilant. Cool. I'll have to check it out. This person is busy. All right. Well, Altano, once you're done, you know, practicing your mountain climbing techniques or whatever the hell it is you're doing out there, I'll meet you inside, all right? For now, we're going to head into the city. We'll go ahead and get a room. So we have a place to stay for the night. Get all settled in there. Maybe have some dinner. And we'll see if Altano figures this shit out by then. One thing I did want to do, though, I want to switch screens here, and we'll check out Barge College Graduate. So that we're all on the same page here. Oh, I'm not subscribed. It sounded really familiar. I thought I was subscribed. Guess not. The most terrifying quest mod, huh? It hasn't been too scary up to this point. But here is the link for everyone in chat if you want to follow along with the videos that Joe is watching and that I will be watching shortly as well.
The entire...
We'll share that. There we go. No FOMO here. Maurice? Some people call her Maurice. Some people call her the gangster of love. At least that's what Shadra calls her anyway. She's closing up shop early, though. She's usually around till like 8, I think. She going down to the alchemy shop? Looking for ice wraith teeth, maybe? Oh no, she's got a house down there, I guess. But you like it.
If you've got the coin, you've come to the right place. Pull up a seat. If you've got the coin, you're welcome here. Otherwise, hit the road.
I have some coin. I would like to rent a room for the evening, please.
Sure thing. It's yours for a day. Yes?
And I've stayed here before, so I'll just take the same room if it's available.
I understand.
There you go. All right, let's settle in for some dinner. We saw Maramal get silenced when he was trying to sell Mara on the patrons of the inn here. That didn't go too well for him, so Cassius is going to learn from that. Have a nice hearty meal here. We'll do the beef and the bread.
Hey, Talon, get off your lazy tail and take care of the customer.
She does a really nice job with her showcase mods, and also has a sister channel called Sleepy Bard, where she reads some of the Skyrim books. I don't know, I just like her video style and editing. Yeah, no, I'm anxious to check it out. Not anxious, I guess. Excited. Talon, were you gonna come help me out here? He was sitting right behind me. Oh, there he was. He never came and asked me for help. Yeah, dude. Cassius looking grizzled. Looking a little gnarly there.
You want a drink?
Been through a lot for his religion.
Depends. Are you thirsty? Hungry? Both?
Anything, just the weird cocktails that Cassius is not into. Anxious paints a funny picture, though. Yeah, just sitting there anxiety-ridden, trying to watch her videos.
If you'll excuse me.
All right, we'll wait here an hour, see what Altano's got going on. Maybe he'll show up here. Is that him? No, that's just some mercenary wizard.
Kirava, we're running low on Blackbriar Mead.
Okay, let's go check on Altano.
The price on it.
See if he's not being accosted by the guards at the gate.
Look for another brand.
All right. Altano, where'd you go, buddy? Oh, he wasn't even going to Riften. He was going to the damn Stendar's Beacon up there. Okay. We'll head back up there. We'll do that tomorrow, though. It's getting kind of late. And since we like to get up at sunrise and pray for 3 hours at the start of every single morning, we're gonna need to turn in early here, I think. After we had to kill that one guy and that one inn in Kynes Grove. Baylor. Okay. We already have the room. We already had dinner, so we'll just chill out until around 9 o'clock, I guess, and then we'll hit the sack for 8 hours and wake up bright-eyed and bushy-tailed and ready to pray our ass off. Was just playing my new Vigilant character, funnily enough. That character is way different than a typical Vigilant, though. Yeah, how so? Is he a little bit more freewheeling and fun-loving than your typical Vigilant? Freewheeling and fun-loving. I want to be freewheeling and fun-loving, but I just don't know if I got it in me. Find a nice spot out in the forest here to do our praying. I will try to explain. Okay. This should be good. Alright, this is good enough. Still on our prey power here. Taking Akatosh again for the progression increases. Increased experience on everything. Great for leveling. And we'll piss fart for another 3 hours. Now, you know what I want you to do. And it ain't praying. Oh, another reference. Who's going to get that one? That one should be a pretty easy one, I think. Okay. How are we doing? Mild hunger, mild thirst. We didn't get quite as hungry as last time. That's good. We'll do a little snack here. Catfish and an apple. Helm up. Okay, we got a vampire over here. Sorry, Magus. Stendar demands it. With Wildcat, attacks in the back are considered attacks of opportunity, and you do extra damage to those. Stendar can kiss my royal vampire ass. I love it. Probably just wolves out here, yeah? Yeah, we can handle wolves. Ow. One thing that's nice that you don't have to worry about with worshipping Saint Alessa is that you get a shrine blessing every time you pray to her. And the shrine blessings in this game cure disease, so you just never have to worry about diseases if you're a Saint Alessia worshipper. Or if you have there's like this artifact that you can get that will give you the shrine blessing of the entity that you're worshipping. That will also cure disease for you too. Enderal wolves greater than Skyrim wolves? Not even close. Are they harder? Because that's why I don't install Skytest anymore, is because I was having like wolves wiping out entire villages. I just couldn't deal with it anymore. It's too much. Does Major Slack have a Discord? I think he does. Pretty sure he does. I'm not on it though, so I can't tell you for sure. So damage is holding up pretty well, our defenses with our armor and everything, still doing well. That's good. Yeah, they'll wreck you. Vanilla versus modded Skyrim, Enderalls are still tougher. I see. That's crazy. That's probably part of the balancing of a more traditional RPG that Enderall has over Skyrim. Is it just even the basic enemies are hard enough that you have to manage that challenge correctly. Crafting supplies, please. Thank you. I'm more at home being a lich, there you go, than a vampire. Magus does both. Cool idea would be a vigilant like Blade from Marvel, like he hunts what he is. Yeah, that would be cool. I think there's a point in the Dawnguard questline though. I don't know if there's a point in the Vigilant questline, but definitely in the Dawnguard questline where Isran checks to make sure you're not a vampire, and then you can't continue unless you cure yourself. But then you can just get vampirism again after that point and he's fine with it. Or just never really notices, I guess. Did I destroy the kitty? Does that... What kitty you're... I don't think he meant to be funny, but... Face to face with life. Welcome back. I don't recognize the name. Triumvirate is the best mod, but how do you stop yourself from adding shadow magic to every build? Yeah, that's a tough one, right? Because I'm usually pretty disciplined with my builds in terms of the restrictions that I'm putting on it. And right now I'm trying to restrict as much as possible to the cleric. And I've done pretty well so far. I'm just trying to discover the playstyle that Anai had in mind when he designed these spells. There usually is one or two.
Long time no see, Master Jacob. I'm glad to see you in good health.
Long time no see, just like face to face. Just said.
Ceremony, Altano.
We're both vigilants here.
True. Well, I heard you found the summoner.
Vigilance found her in the Bee and Bob in Riften. They tried to seize her, but she summoned a powerful Daedra and they couldn't do much more then. And even worse, she summoned it in the middle of the inn and now it won't leave. We're fully occupied with chasing
The woodlands
her, so
here remind me of home.
Ah,
Cyrodiil.
You're up to it?
I do
Don't
miss
worry
you.
about it. That Daedra
Lucian,
will
the
regret being
important
summoned.
conversations going on.
That's reassuring. But still, be careful.
Ah, busy is good.
By the way,
Good luck
about
with all
your
your
partner.
errands, P. Miller.
Altano
Thanks for
mentioned
stopping
your
by.
eyes in his letter. And it's true. As if Stand-Up himself gazed at me. In any case, be careful with that Daedra. It's one of the more curious ones.
Another
so
Daedra and another
don't
inn, huh?
underestimate it.
Well, let's go.
Are Dremora considered Daedra? I don't know. Daedra I always thought were like the Daedric entities, like the mystical entities. I thought Dremora were more just like a race of people from Oblivion. Are they under the Daedric umbrella? Are they classified as Daedra? I don't know. I just don't know. Any other supplies in here that are free for the taking? The Exodus, huh? Okay, I'm actually going to take a quick nap here. Because the way that I have Shadows of Skyrim set up with the Nemesis system and the alternate death system is that it's going to respawn me the last place I slept, and if there's a big boss fight within that Bee and Barb Inn in Riften, then it's just going to respawn me right back with the thing that just killed me. So this will get me out of there and over here if I do die. So there's that. Just a little bit of a tactical thing there, taking a quick nap. A troll over there. Well, we have fire magic, so let's go kill us a troll, huh?
Who dares disturb my rest?
Some of these aura spells really take a long time to cook, to cast. The cast time on them is very slow. Oh, wow, doing like no damage here. Okay, one troll down. You guys are doing like no damage to this other troll. Lucian, why aren't you flaming this guy? Oh my god. Did this guy come back to life? Oh no! Run away! Wow, he really hates me. Lucian, hang in there. I'm trying.
A little help over here.
Well, at least we're getting a lot of one-handed training here. We need magic. Oh, he's coming for me again. I don't know if I can win this fight, guys. Too much regeneration. I had one of those trolls almost dead and he just regened like crazy. Okay, here we go. This guy. Okay, now he's dead. Yeah, get in there with that whip, Lucian. Kick that guy's ass. Out of stamina. Ooh, okay. That was quite the battle. Guys, if there is fire on the ground, don't walk on it. What are you doing? Oh, actually, I could use some enchantment supply, so I will keep that. Troll skull. I'm sweating a little bit. That was rough. Well done, thank you. Really want to use Kitty Tail's Dark Hierophant spells. I have them on my list to check out. I mean, they're going toward the bottom of the list right now because they're not really an Irem. There's a lot of an Irem stuff that I still want to play through and experience and make build guides and stuff for. But the Kitty Tail stuff, it looks interesting enough. I want to get through my Irem stuff first. But it is on my list of things to play. Okay, let's see. We're close to this map marker here. I may as well just go grab this. Wow, some battle. Yeah, indeed. That was very prolonged. Very epic. You got a lot of stuff hoarded here, buddy. Not really the best place for safe keeping of belonging. Why do you have 3 brooms?
Hello, traveler. You look tired. Perhaps Drobar can assist. For starters, he has 10
Well, I'll have to catch up on Joe's Vigilant.
Well, they will, as soon as he finds a pen. Yind, an unrelated question. Do you have a pen he can borrow?
This reminds me, anybody who used to watch Kids in the Hall? They had a movie called Brain Candy, and this guy's voice reminds me of the taxi driver from that movie. Oh, it's going to take a lot of setup for telling people about that. Okay. Don't care whose name is on the bottle, just give it to me. Why do you need a pen? Whose name is on the bottles now? Yeah, why ask me? There's got to be a pen somewhere in this mess.
Good point.
Yeah, good stuff. So the movie is about this antidepressant medication, and it's a complete slapstick comedy movie, so it's nothing serious. But there's this new antidepressant medicine that makes you happy, basically happy pills, and it like sweeps the world, right? And these like young, they're adults, but they're like like ravers or something. They get into a car with this taxi driver, and the taxi driver is like talking about this pill with them, and he's like, you know where it comes from, right? And they kind of look at each other, and he goes, it's made of animal cum. And they're like, what? And they're like, yeah, oh no, it's a monkey cum. And then they're like, what? And he's like, yeah, they give them this real kinky animal porn, and like 2 bats and a pig, or a dog and a cat. Anyway, they jerk off or something, and that's where it comes from. And they're all looking at each other like, what the hell is this guy talking about? And it's the same voice of the taxi driver as this guy doing this here. And that's what I think about when I hear this guy talk.
Yes, Drobar has always been.
You just reawakened a suppressed memory for me. Oh, great. Sorry about that.
That do not have anyone's name on them.
Sounds like you need some happy pills. But you know where it comes from, right? Alright, I don't have time to deal with this guy anymore. He's obviously crazy. Interesting NPCs are interesting. That's one thing you can say about them. Interesting. Alright, I need to head north here. Don't want to go up there. This should take me back around to the west entrance of Riften. There's some canis root here though too. I'll take some of that. I'll be having some of that. Ooh, goldfish. Definitely need these. These are quite elusive. If you're trying to do it the natural way through the fishing mechanics, you're gonna be fishing and fishing forever. It's not exactly engaging or compelling gameplay. So if you can find them just swimming around in the lake, always grab them. There are a couple of quests in that fishing quest line that require goldfish. And you really don't want to spend all your time throwing your line into the water, just hoping you get some goldfish there. And while we're here, we may as well go grab the Shadow Stone, yeah?
This is glorious. Don't you just love a bit of rain?
I do love a bit of rain. Of course, I was born and raised and now live in the desert where we don't get a lot of rain, so when it does rain, it's quite the event. What do we have here? Legion?
It's not that bad.
Okay, so we're gonna have a mage over here protecting the Shadow Stone. The fishing mod is obviously written by somebody who fishes and catches nothing all day. Yes. Absolutely. Okay, what do we got going on here? We have Atronox trying to kill deer. And where is the conjurer here? See the Atronach? I don't see the wizard. There she is.
You stand a chance.
Yeah, I do, but definitely not like this. Heal up the allies here. We'll switch over to Aura of Vigor or Aura of Might. Buff up our damage output. Really don't like that Atronach down there. I'm more afraid of the Atronach than I am the mage. Is that Atronach unbound? Oh no, it just left the mage to recover. That was a dumb move. Again, stupid move by what's supposed to be the ideal representation of your race. Alright, I need Lucian to carry some of my burdens.
They say the Shadow Stone can hide you from sight. Sounds how many others have touched it? We could already be surrounded. What do you need?
Actually, the Shadow Stone does not turn people invisible with Andromeda, Lucian. You obviously didn't read the mod page, Lucian. Okay. Oops. No, that was right. I thought I was going the wrong way there for a second, but we're good. Okay, that's going to give me enough encumbrance for a while now. Make sure we've discovered the stone. Not going to take it. And also, we have a blast from the past here. The Outcast Shen armor is in this chest. Sometimes that key that I just picked up, it tends to, you know, bounce around or fall under the terrain or whatever. But usually you can find that key right next to the chest. And there it all is. Shadow Ninja's armor. Classic. Okay, so now we're just gonna head back to Riften. We'll talk to Altano, see what is next here. What is going on with with chat. I wanted to catch up because Joel was putting his vigilant concept in there. I missed a lot. Jeez, you guys are chatty today. I like it. Daedric lords rule the Dremora, which have subsections of their own. So yeah, that's what I'm asking, is because I think a lot of the dialogue in this game is referring to Dremora as Daedra, and I didn't know if Daedra were just Dremora were just a subset of Daedra, or if they were their own thing. I always assumed all the denizens of Oblivion were called Daedra, and the Dremora was a type of Daedra. Okay. And it looks like James agrees. So I did a random character generator, came up with a Dunmer that was to start out as a Vigilant of Stendarr using Live Another Life. Her main skills are archery, light armor, lockpicking, restoration, block, conjuration. She has Feindal as a follower. She will be doing the Alduin quest, belong to the Imperials in the Civil War, and join the Dawn Guard. The faction order is as follows: Thieves, Bards, Dark Brotherhood, Mage, and then Companions. So, right now, I'm saying that she is a test subject of a new Vigilant sub-order where they focus on stealth and infiltration. Her primary target is to obtain Nocturnal's key. Beyond that, her instructions are to neutralize any Daedric artifacts possible by destroying or claiming them. There are a few gaps to fill in the outline. But overall, it's an interesting collection. Yes, indeed. It sounds awesome to me. I've always liked the idea of a sneaky, like, cleric type character. And this one sounds cool. Very cool indeed. And that all came from just random starts? Random rolls or whatever? If there's fire on the ground, don't walk on it. Seems like something a person shouldn't need to say out loud. Indeed. Drobar is nutters. Yeah, he is. So did you acquire the Triumvirate spells naturally, or did you kill the chicken? These are all natural. Yeah, so they're unlocking as the character gets stronger, and he's not even level 20 yet. So there are the expert and master level spells I haven't even had access to, but I do have all of them through the adept, and they were expensive, but I earned the money naturally. Doing this is kind of like a role play. This is an actual playthrough. I'm not just speed running anything or power leveling anything. Just doing it the good old fashioned way. I've been toying with the idea of an Azura playthrough using Triumvirate Shadow Mage and Cleric, so I'm liking this video. Okay, good. Good. Yeah, let me find the link. Cool. Okay. And yeah, Joe, you should be able to post a link. You're a moderator on the channel. That's good. Actually, I want to see what that link says, because if it's a random character generator site, then that sounds kind of interesting, actually. Hey, there's Maldaroth. Macadamia. Just read the mod page for Andromeda, and it does not say that the Shadow Stone turns you invisible. However, when I touched it the other day, it did indeed turn me invisible. Interesting. Sounds like you got a mod that does that. On top of what Andromeda does. Roman Mirror, huh? This is kind of cool. It looks like it has you go in Volkihar, which is kind of at odds with Vigilant, yeah? But not really. I mean, if your character changes from being like a cleric to going more dark with a vampire, that makes for a pretty cool playthrough, because it's like you're not. Oh, this is different. This isn't Joe's link. This is just actually does a random. This is cool. If you're looking for a character idea to play, just come to this site. It'll give you the whole framework. That's kind of awesome. Good find, Joe. Don't touch the stone. It was all shiny. I had to touch it. Yeah, how can you not? You see anything standing straight up, all rigid like that, you can't not touch it, right? Followed by a moment of silence. Okay, what's going on over here? Oh, another troll. Damn it. Get the holy fire going. I don't know where my spirit guardian went. Yeah, get him, Lucian. Oh, there's the spirit guardian. Luckily, the troll's movement speed is quite slow. We'll just run them in circles. Oh, he tried to cut me off. Did you see that? Yeah, this guy's moving slower than Mike Tyson. Stay on him. Don't let him regenerate, guys. There we go. Oh, another one? Geez, these trolls are really coming in pairs. That just ruined it for you. Alright, I gotta recover some magicka. Maybe I can just get some... Oh, he's... Oh, this is a new troll. I was like, we had him all the way down. Why is he all the way back now? Working on it, Lucian. Cleric Triumvirate spells take a while to warm up here. Alright, doing some smiting. All smitey then. Alright, what do we got? Don't need 2 troll skulls, probably don't need 1 single large animal bone. We don't even need the small ones, but it doesn't look like we have any. Okay, we're good. Where's that other troll at? There he is. No touchy. That site is cool. I've had so many playthroughs. Oh, really? So you're familiar with it? I've never even heard of it before. That was a cool find. Rigid, such Joe. I shouldn't encourage him, but I can't help it. Yeah, Mike is almost 62. That's true. Yeah, that was rough. That was rough to watch. Even past all the buffering. Probably could have skipped it and been fine, honestly. Worst episode of Dancing with the Stars I've ever seen. Yeah. Hip started bothering you yesterday because it took a long walk, so it took an even longer walk to show it who's boss. There you go. That should work out for the best. I've had to go easy on the exercise the last couple days. I had a skin tag surgically removed. They did a whole like excision, and now I got a bunch of stitches in my hip. Can't pop those open until that's completely healed. And then in a couple weeks, I'm getting my gallbladder out, so that's going to be like a month and a half to 2 months without any kind of like real exercise. I'm gonna be going a little crazy.
Buy some armor and live to tell about it.
Does anyone have a Naruto style ninja build? Yeah. It would be interesting. I have not seen one yet, though. It'd be interesting to see who could manipulate mods for the things like the clones and things like that.
Exotic ingredients, I have them all. Make love like a saber cat, or crush your enemies to dust like a giant.
Go Khajiit and add mods for unarmed and unarmored. There you go.
Looking to stay alive? Why take a chance?
Beautiful baubles and gleams.
I always thought you had a lot of Gaul Karn. I do. Too much. To have some of it surgically removed. Yeah, I've had it for, I don't know, 15, 20 years. There've been gallstones kind of blocking the bile duct there. Can't eat like a big burrito with guacamole or a BLT without my stomach getting angry at me, so.
Get me more food.
All in the name of eating bad food.
This is an ode to Skyrim's truest sons and daughters, the Stormcloaks.
There's your summoner. Tell us, and we'll grant you a swift death.
The days come and gone, for the age of oppression is now nearly done.
And you want to know where my summoner is?
Is this really an appropriate time, Thora?
You can
With our blood and our steel, we will take back our home.
Damn it, Taylor.
Shit, he's coming right at me. Yeah, get in there, Talon.
Clearly a reasonable sort of Daedric entity. Can we not just agree to differ and go our separate ways?
That would be nice, wouldn't it, Lucian? Talon, hang in there, buddy. Woo. Okay.
Hey, in all my years, I've never seen such a thing. All
Yeah,
my
right?
food completely gone. Show me some coin.
What? That was not my fault. I just got rid of the problem for you.
Well, this is a nice mess you've gotten me into. I'll call the guards.
We're helping you out, Kirava. Jesus, I thought we were cool. I'm not even part of the Thieves Guild. I didn't shake you down or anything. We've been nothing but cool. And now you want me to give you $1,000 for killing the Dremora in your inn?
Suit yourself.
I'm somehow responsible for this? Oh, well, I can more than pay for that with the Daedric Warhammer, though.
This is an ode to Skyrim's truest sons and daughters, the Stormcloaks.
Hey, can you lend me some gold? I can't talk to him. Is this an issue again?
For the age of oppression.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to leave the cell and come back.
Exactly. What better way to help
We'll
the
drive
than to
out
put
the
weapons-
Serious lack of ninja armor mods for Skyrim. Yeah, kinda. You'd think they'd be all over the place, right? There are all kinds of like katana and wakizashi mods and things and weapon mods, but not a lot of the
Stay alive? Why take a chance?
Don't miss out.
Not a lot of the
Purchase a
armor
bottle
mods.
of my genuine farmer blood elixir. Only 20 cents.
Damn God, won't take the
Come to see Balaman perform miracles with steel. Looking to protect yourself.
See if I can get
or
a
deal
good
some
price for
damage.
this Warhammer here. Oh yeah. Oh, he's only got 1100. Jeez. Is there something else that I can buy from him? Maybe some steel and iron. Work up my smithing skill. Don't need that much though. Rundum ore, iron ore. Don't think there are any smelters in the area, so I can't combine those just yet. Let's just take a good chunk of iron ore here. We'll just do 5, 10. That's good enough. Now I don't have to borrow from Altano anyway.
Come see me again.
Find him some phthalo.
The Argonian sugarcane wine? It's pretty hard to get.
Oh, fine, if there's no other way.
The guy who can't even afford a carriage. Okay, he gave me 800 gold. All right, that's good.
See what I can do.
Can you upgrade your mace anymore? Yes, I can. I haven't done a lot of upgrading or any leveling of my smithing skill, so
If you've got the
actually I
coin,
might not be able
come
to.
the right.
I did upgrade it a little bit. Ooh, exquisite for 59. Not bad.
Place, pull up a
And I haven't done much smithing leveling, so I might not be able to.
Did you bring a coin?
Yeah, fine. Here you go.
I'd almost given up hope. Thank you.
Oh, I should have let you give up hope. I mean, it is a mess in here, but that was not my fault.
It's always
You'll be hearing from my lawyer. Are lawyers a thing in Skyrim? I don't think they are.
Sorry, what was that?
Just allow yourself to get railroaded by the mercantile faction of the province. Nobody stands up for the little guy anymore. All right. What's next? Do we talk to Altano? Dine and dash. Report to Jacob. We got to go all the way back to the beacon. Okay, we've been through this area a lot, so I'm gonna fast travel. I know I'm a filthy casual.
Make love like a saber cat.
I just can't do it again. After all that back and forth between Windhelm and Kynes Grove, I can't do it between Riften and Stendarr's Beacon. Jacob, or in Skyrim that would be like Jakob, I think. Wow, that is an impressive codpiece you got there, buddy. Look at that thing. He is man-spreading to really emphasize it, too. God, that's got to be like a solid 28 inches,
The
huh?
mercy of Stendarr.
And I mean
Not
solid.
Huh?
Yeah, there's not getting any mercy of Stendarr from that thing. All right, Jacob.
Very good. Stendarr bless you for your trouble.
All right. What should we do next? So, did you find the summoner?
Yes, we chased her down into the Ratway, but couldn't catch her. She has a bodyguard clad in ebony armor. That mercenary is terribly strong. He broke through our formation head on. I've just sent a pursuit team after them both. I just hope everyone returns safely.
What should we do next?
You should investigate Ratway. There is some evidence of
Down into
dangerous
the
summoning
Ratway,
left
huh?
behind. Although there are no reports of violence yet, you should still be very careful. Find out whether anything was actually summoned, and if it was,
No one sends the
send
Dark
it
Brotherhood
back
to settle
oblivion.
arguments. That's true. Moonrunk monk robes are good. Would like to make some moon monk builds.
In the Ratway? I have friends in the Ragged Flagon. I'll try and get some
You
information.
have friends in the
from- I'll
Ragged
go on
Flagon,
ahead.
huh?
You meet me there as soon as you're ready.
Sounds like Altano's taking the same path as Panic Monk's character, starting out as a thief. Okay, beat him at the Ragged Flagon. Can't do that trek on foot again. What is over here? Stolen books at Felglow Keep. Okay. Sadia. In my time of need. Okay. This is regular stuff. Another fast travel. Is that a Kopish? This one should upload some of paw images in monk robes to Discord, perhaps. Ooh, yes. Sure, plenty of us here would like to see that. Okay, just a few minutes left in the stream here. Wow, time really flies when you're having fun, huh? Oh, by the way, Karn, I'm happy to say that my kitchen remodel is officially complete now. Installed the range hood vent. And then on Friday, had the electricians install a breaker for it. Yeah, my house didn't even come with a vent over the range. I'm sure it had one at some point, but was covered over. We need to get one reinstalled at some point, I think. There is like one of those spinny vents in the roof right above where the stove and oven are. Yeah, it gets a little smoky sometimes. And whenever I cook bacon, it like the whole house stinks like bacon for like the whole day. Which, you know, the house can smell like much worse than bacon. All right, let's get to the ragged flagon. We'll have to deal with Draff and what's his name, and then I think we'll call it a stream.
Make love like a saber cat.
But that's awesome. I'm glad you got your kitchen done. Well, what's next on the list? Anything? Or are you done for a while?
Could be yours.
Oh, jeez. Guess it really insists on me taking this.
Oh, excellent. The Ratway. This place seems like...
I have some mortar between some bricks that's separating in my house. I gotta get a guy, some kind of masonry dude, some mason or something.
They knew we were doing this. Why are you always acting like such a big baby? I've gotten us this far.
And then we also want to get the shower in our back bathroom, the master bathroom, finished.
You worry about.
And then I'd like to get my garage finished at some point.
Worry about the... Hey, you! Stop right there. Empty your pockets or end up as skeever food.
Oh, caveat, the range hood can be either vented out or recirculating. We need to save up some coin for an HVAC person to drill a hole, so right now it's recirculating. I see. Let's see. I've killed dozens like you.
No need to get hasty. I was just testing you. You can go on ahead. Let him go, Hunan. All clear. What are you doing that for?
That's what I thought. And Stendar be with you. Okay, doesn't mean we're not going to have other dudes to fight. We got the lowlife up over there, and then we have John the Fist downstairs with some skeevers. Yeah, for a ranged vent, I would think that that would be better than recirculating. Where'd he go?
You are not welcome.
Oh, he got stuck up there. This guy can actually do quite a bit of damage, even with just his fists, so you gotta be careful.
No! Remember, hit the one in the middle.
Oh god, this spell takes forever to cook. Oh wow, he almost killed me with one hit. Look at that. He took like 3/4 of my life with one punch. See, I wasn't lying when he says he does a lot of damage with just his fist. Wow, that was crazy. Stale bread and old fish, no thank you. Use the aura of vigor. Much faster healing than regular healing, so that's good. Ooh, watch out for the bear traps. Those could also probably actually kill me. Right out. That's a loaded question. With a 100-plus-year-old house, there is no end, but I think I should finish up our master bath area. There you go. It's probably the next thing for me. Now, we don't have a 100-year house over there. I'm not even sure that there are 100-year houses over here. Maybe some ranches or something, but... yeah, the Phoenix area is pretty new compared to a lot of the East Coast areas. Now this guy can be pretty tough too. There you go. Die from it. Be smited. He done got smited. Man, now I know why paladins get so zealous about stuff, because smiting is fun. I kind of want to smite some things in real life now, too. Where can I get a good war mace? Well, I don't think they're going to like the look of me in this place, in a place like this. With all this shiny armor with white trim and all this glowing aura stuff. Definitely looking very saintly. And these people are no saints, that's for sure. Okay, well, I think that does it for me, folks. Thank you so much for hanging out on spending some more time on your valuable weekends with me. I do appreciate it. Had a great time. Oh, hells yeah. Who doesn't like to smite? Yeah. You got to smite for your right to party. Yeah, next week, I don't know. We'll see who I'm playing. When I'm not streaming, I'm playing a lot of the warrior, trying to get him to a point where I can do a build guide on him, even though his build is kind of done. I still need to unlock some shouts and some other things that go with him. And I'm hard at work writing the script for that build guide, and I'll be recording the video or the audio for that probably within the next week or so. And getting to a point where I can get endgame gear to do video footage of him too. But yeah, I think that's it. Thanks again, everybody, for hanging out. Go ahead and click around underneath the video for some more good content creators, and especially the Twitch streams and stuff. You'll probably find a lot of the same people in a lot of those places as well. So if you like hanging out with us, you can hang out with us through the week too. Yep. You got to smite for your right to party. Yeah, there you go. All right, guys. Thanks a lot. I'll see you next week, okay? And until then.